Right, guys, before I get into the video, what do you think? Ta-da! My mum got this for me recently. It's a French, I'm not going to say guillotine, but it's like ghillie or something. I don't know. It's French ghillie or something like that. Anyway, just wanted to let you guys know I am literally going to be staying in this because this reminds me of Marty McFly's life jacket. Yada, yada, yada. You know, I like time travel shit and I like DeLoreans. So, yes. Also, hang on. Let me just get the camera into position. We have a right. So we have a video shared by my editor. You know who. He would rather have his name anonymous because I don't know. We have to respect his wishes. I'm sorry, guys. If oh my god. Yep. Okay. Right. So. Right. That's music. I literally cannot help it if it looks like that. Right. Okay. So. Right. Let me get my iPad up. Right. So. I just want to. I know this is going to be the. If you want to, you guys can skip through. This is going to be a pretty boring part anyway. But I just want to let you guys know about how my channel is doing. Hang on. Where is it? Is it engagement? So I've got 3 more subscribers. I can't remember. It's hang on. It's typical. Hang on. I took a screenshot last night because I wanted to check through some shit. Right. You get their names. Well, this is throughout. This is the as far as YouTube has remembered. But basically, some of my subscribers are typical 7777. DJ TJ Beast Mode, Star Child Moon, Venom the Gamer, but with like the underscores, and Wailing Ball 48999. I don't know why, but thank you guys for subscribing. I'm really glad you guys enjoy my content. I found out that 2.8% of my viewers are watching from Sweden, so that's interesting. And 1.2% of my viewers are watching from America. I know who that is. Watch time from subscribers. I found out that 67.2% of my viewers, subscribers, there's right. Okay, 32.8% of the people that watch my channel are not subscribed. Guys, if you are watching and you do enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. It would help me out in some way. I have no idea how. And I have found out that I firmly pissed off every girl because they do not like me. This is now a official boys only YouTube channel. It is 100% boys only. I think my casual racism and sexism jokes and maybe my odd 1 or 2 terrorist jokes scared them off. So, you know. But yeah, right. Right, let's just wait for this to load. Right. Hang on, has that gone up or has it gone down? Oh, I forgot. Guys, not guys. Subscribed has now gone to 65.6 and not subscribed is 34.4. Guys, if you do enjoy my content, like I said, please consider subscribing. Okay, that's a bit dodgy. 18 to 24-year-olds. Majority of the people who are watching my content are ranging from 25 to 34. 75 point. Okay then, if you're 25 to 34, can you please subscribe? I'm desperate. There we go. Right. I still was not able to believe that people from Sweden are watching me. Right. Wow, I'm doing a lot better view-wise. 418 more than usual. Watch time 21.3 hours, 1.3 more than usual. Reach impressions 11.2k, but it's going down. I don't really care. Unique viewers 119. Wow. Channel right, how have people found traffic sources type? Most of the traffic is 48.7, and that's on channel pages. Oh, we got some guys from Creator Studio, Discord, Google Search. Wow, that's incredible. Some people from Discord are one person from Discord. Ah, well, I wonder who that one was. Okay, can you please load? Hang on, guys. This is taking longer than usual because my iPad has slow as balls on this. Well, let's go on overview. Hang on, just going to quickly do something. Right, and without further ado, right, okay, I need to go on to Discord. Right, because my editor, as we already know his name, but I'm not going to say because I do not want to breach his, what he asked me not to mention his name, so I'm not going to go against his wishes. Yeah, but yeah, if you guys actually have been sitting through that, I'm very glad that you guys enjoy my content and that I'm very happy to provide stuff that you guys enjoy, because I really would hate for me to be making videos and that you don't enjoy. Gonna have to check that later because I'm having to use nope, yep. Bloody fucking hate this. For some reason, my iPad had Discord removed on, like, I had the app installed, but I apparently need to be 14 or 18 to use the Discord app on my iPad, whereas I still have it on my phone and no problems. Although this is... Right, okay, so... You gay. I hate these ads. Okay, just wanted to clarify something to make sure I didn't get the wrong end of the stick. But no, I have not. Ah, okay, right. Please do not attack or harass any of the people mentioned in this video. It has been created for edutainment. Oh, educational entertainment. Not for the purpose of riling up a mob to harass others. Thank you. I really do. Right, guys, when it comes to watching people who are like very like the vegan teacher, I think, yep, my family is home. The vegan teacher, but they fucking right. There will always be people on the internet who are beyond stupid and are the most racial. It is annoying. I understand and I see your point, but we can't just go around effing and jeffing our way because that's going to get us nowhere in life. Right, let's watch this. Hang on.
Back in 2014, YouTube cringe was ubiquitous enough for it to be considered its own genre. From toxic fandoms to the creative works of 12-year-olds, entire communities formed around tearing down others' unorthodox interests. And with how eternally popular Minecraft is, it's perhaps no surprise that those in this fandom became one of the largest targets. One of the most standout examples, due to its sheer expansiveness, was Futuristichub. Boasting over 3 million subscribers, the channel has been uploading consistently for nearly a decade, with a current cumulative view count of over 1 billion. His videos, which tend to be an amalgamation of fictional characters thrown together in a 3D animation software, bank off getting clicks from children recognizing their favorite cultural icons and thumbnails. While today, his most popular videos star crossovers between characters like Sonic, Baldi's Basics, the Ninja Turtles, and SpongeBob, back in the day there was another ingredient to the mix: Minecraft. One of his first huge breaks on the channel came from his video where SpongeBob explored Minecraft, combining one of the most popular animated characters with arguably the most popular video game. But, of course, it wasn't enough for him to use parody law to his advantage to generate hits on his bizarre videos. What truly made him controversial was his affinity for sex appeal, creating several risque animations on the same channel one would think was intended for children. He seemingly took great pleasure in placing these models into sexual situations, creating, well, without beating around the bush, softcore Minecraft porn.
Oh, come on, man. That smells like your...
What in the no! Oh! I swear to God, if I go on a Rule 34 site later and there's a shit ton of this stuff, I'm going to be raising hell. Yes, I know I just broke my own terms and rules for what I said earlier. Oh, that's wrong.
Your foot? It's not funny. Come on now. That's gross.
What about that? How's that?
That's disgusting.
And if that didn't convince you enough of his degeneracy, he eventually posted explicit Minecraft-themed pornography, which has since been taken down from YouTube. Thanks for sparing me of the Minecraft oral, Susan. Similar in vein to the Elsagate scandal, the combination of bizarre fanfiction and a distinctly young audience made Futuristichub the perfect target for both mockery and moral outrage. At a time when the average commentator was desperate to find a designated cancer of the week, it seemed like the perfect target for ridicule. And, given how little of a fight similar targets had given back, they expected to have the last laugh. Well, that's where they were wrong. It probably doesn't come as any surprise that the mind animating blocky Minecraft tits belongs to a somewhat eccentric individual, but nothing I can say right now will prepare you for just how deranged he truly is. A man so concerned with his image that he will pressure literally anyone who speaks negatively of him to redact themselves, and if they don't comply, he's more than willing to abuse legal forms and even threaten physical harm to silence his critics. Because of that notoriety, few are willing to talk about him at all. Consequently, most don't realize just how extensive his track record is. This is not a video about the Futuristichub channel, but rather the man behind it, Brian Martin. A story that has remained untold due to his talent of
Okay, right, since nobody... Okay. I'm not going to lie. I've watched a couple of concerning videos on the dark part of the web, and I'm okay to admit that, because I realised it was wrong. And I've stopped watching them since, because it's disgusting. Him, however... No! By the way, he started defending futuristic... Wow. Somebody got kicked out of their own damn house.
Silencing critics and obfuscating his past. And while it's worked well enough up until now, it's worth pointing out that if not for his recent behavior, I would have never discovered just how deep this rabbit hole goes. So, join me as we untangle one of the strangest stories to ever come from this platform. A decade-long history of abuse, all stemming from one of the most consistently harmful people on this website. This is the world's worst YouTuber.
There is.
So in what context? Do you mean like worse as the world's worst YouTuber as in like making videos wise, or like, because I'm not gonna lie, I really am shit at making YouTube videos. I'm not as experienced as everyone else. I'm pretty sure my subscribers would most probably be able to beat me in like a professional looking YouTube video, and I don't care really. I've said this, I don't know how many times, but I don't think I've said it enough. I'm not here to make myself look better, okay? I am here to show you guys, like, if you can do videos better than me, then you gotta go places. Because my videos, they're somewhat okay. I mean, with the jokes, with the awful jokes and yada yada yada, I'm not going to really be getting a job anytime soon. But that's okay, because I made those mistakes and I kind of brought that onto myself. But you guys will be able to do a lot better, because you know the difference between right and wrong. I, however, somehow slightly waver between those lines. Anyway. Shit, I'm off point again. I shouldn't be doing this.
An issue with that because right now he is apparently threatening a couple of Sonic fan artists.
You know the most hypocritical piece of shit I've ever come across on YouTube. When I wouldn't do what he asked me to do, he flipped his shit.
This guy is obsessed with me, alright?
But he got photos of my sister, of my brother, of my
Futuristichub is the one that is swatting him. I have that convict, that stalker, that harasser blocked for a reason.
You know how many YouTube channels I've taken down in the past 12 years? Enough to make many people afraid of me.
Oh no! You've taken down my YouTube channel! Ah! Futuristichub, if you are watching, I implore you, try me, mate. I will take you fucking on. And I wouldn't do it by myself. I'll bring my mates into this. We will beat the shit out of you. I do not care. This was last year, Jesus Christ.
No, dude, I didn't fucking mention that. I said you fucking left me.
Makes Minecraft... Right. But on a more serious note, people with mental problems like could we don't know the full story yet. I could just be bullying be another bully to this guy, because we don't know anything about this guy so far. This guy could have been abused by his parents while he was a child. We don't know. There is a lot of key factors going, like, better example. Everyone knows about tryhards on GTA 5. They're annoying, they're retarded, they're stupid. I've asked my dad many times, what makes a tryhard? Or how does... And he knew what I meant. And he goes, like, everyone knows that if you have a shit day, you want to vent out your frustration on someone or something. For tryhards of GTA 5, that's their vent. Whenever they've had a shitty day at school, their parents are fucking yelling at them or saying... GTA 5 is where they go to take out their aggression on others. And it sucks. And sometimes I feel sorry for the tryhards, and sometimes I want them to eat shit and literally get the... You know what I mean? It's kind of a equal opposite reaction. It is very upsetting how all this world is nowadays, because anyone can do anything and it won't get caught onto until it's too late, and it's very, very sad. Anyway, on a more serious note,
in early 2020, creator Salty DK Dan wrote on Twitter that he wasn't a fan of Futuristichub's borderline pornography being allowed on YouTube. While he seemingly had no intentions of escalating a conflict further, many interpreted this as an announcement that he would be producing a video mocking the channel's deformities. One of these people included none other than Futuristichub himself. In response to the tweet, Salty received an email from the channel, which reads as follows. Good morning. This email is in reference to the tweet you made. This brand takes it as a threat. Now, you may be referencing videos from years back, but in no shape...
Oh no! I'm emailing you to say that this is a threat. I will take the piss out of the emails or tweets. I don't care. You cannot stop me. Anyway. I'm taking this very seriously, but... This channel receives your tweet as a threat. Prepare to be incinerated. Actually forgot to zoom in on the thingy. I really should. Sorry guys if any of the video was previously fuzzy. I did completely forgot about that. Right, let's do this.
Or form. Will you create drama toward this brand? Because for over 2 years, this brand has been revised. I have no issue with people making videos, but not in the way to stir drama and hate. It is highly advised that you understand what YouTube is actually wanting on their website nowadays. I believe a lot of drama channels should disappear this year, as the...
Unfortunately, he is partly correct. YouTube does not care a lot anymore as much as it used to do. Because people are making clickbait, racial profiling videos. There are lots of things that YouTube is not taking into consideration, and they're not doing. I get it, they have their hands full. Most of the stuff is done by bots, which is how Markiplier's community got screwed over for a couple of months, and how Microsoft is also having that done to them, because they bloody let bots have too much permission. Anyway, that's a side rant. Anyway. I lost my train of thought completely.
Guidelines roll out. Anyhow, consider this a soft cease and desist. If you have any questions, you may email me back. Satirical videos? No problem. Just put a disclaimer. Anything meant to cause serious harm to the channel and or brand will result in consequences. Now, already this is rather odd. Preemptively sending a legal threat to a YouTuber for merely tweeting about them is not something a lot of, if any, other brands do.
It's on
But
Twitter.
It didn't stop there. Shortly after, a Twitter account crowning themselves as an animation god began messaging Salty, as well as others who had simply replied. It was an ardent defender of Futuristichub, claiming that Salty was on the attack and bully phase against one of the most famous Minecraft animators in history, who'd been around for 8 years and deserved recognition. Given the absurdity and timing of the replies, users quickly began questioning if this was the same person who had sent Salty the soft cease and desist. The account owner initially denied these accusations, of course, though previous tweets and interactions were uncovered in which they rather explicitly admitted their true identity. A zoom in on the account's avatar even reveals it was watermarked with the channel's name. After these interactions, the account was deactivated. As a result, we can't confirm without a shadow of a doubt that this was Futuristichub. However, when viewed in the larger context of his behavior, it becomes pretty clear that this was likely another manifestation of Brian's chronically insecure ego. The Salty DK Dan case is merely the tip of a massive iceberg of his history of threats, harassment, and even alleged swatting of other creators over the past few years. So, let's take a moment to run through some of his history. Back when he had only 13,000 subscribers...
I'm just going to quickly search up something. I'm going to ask Morgan too, because we got to get on with the video. Right, okay, I've just messaged my editor.
Optimus made a video critical of Futuristichub. He was subsequently inundated with comments across his entire channel in which Brian childishly insulted him in every video he'd ever made. But even after that, he wasn't satisfied, eventually joining the Discord server of one of Optimus's fans to argue with him. Similarly, when LS Mark had less than 10,000 subscribers, he made a video mocking the channel and its terrible animations. Upon its release, he was messaged by Futuristichub demanding that Mark pin a comment he'd made claiming the entire video was satire. Someone who claims to be a friend of and representative for Futuristichub, Top Trends, messaged Mark saying that Futuristichub is open to using the DMCA takedown system on YouTube to silence critics. When asked why, he replied that Futuristichub only takes down videos from stupid people. When asked if he is aware of the hate comments on his videos and the amounts of people who make fun of his work, he said that, "I ignore those liberal saps. Libtards mean nothing to me. Conservative thinking is the way to go. Trump won because of people who hate my content." This isn't meant to be a knock to conservatives, but more of a note of how...
I'm sorry, I gotta read that again. Makes me uncomfortable when people talk to me about kids. I ignore those liberal saps. Grammar 100, my friend. Grammar 100. Libtards, that's not how you... It's L-I-P. Go back to fucking school. Libtards. It's a curse word nonetheless. Shouldn't be used. Mean nothing to me. Conservative thinking is the way to go. Trump won because of people who hate on my... How is Trump winning got anything to do with your Oh my god. Mum? Right. So this guy... Okay, right. So apparently, Mum, this guy is the most... This guy, Futuristichub, he's made a couple of slightly... How do I word this? He's posted Minecraft porn videos on YouTube. He also goes with clickbait as well. He's classified as the worst YouTuber ever, and he's often threatened and... Oh, Morgan's got back to me. Swatting refers to a harassment technique most often perpetrated by members of the online gaming community. Right. Swatting entails generating an emergency law enforcement response against a target victim under false pretenses.
Right. Are those batteries not usable anymore?
No, they are not.
Right, well, can you make sure you take them downstairs?
Will do.
Do you want a cup of tea?
Yeah. Also, Mum,
Right.
This guy is... He's saying Trump won because of people who hate on my content. How does people hating on your content...
They're idiots. That's why.
Do you see?
Yeah, I can see.
God, okay, right, let's get on with the video.
Strangely, Futuristichub seems to view his critics. He reckons that those who mock his Minecraft sex animations are simply left-wing. At one point, Futuristichub made legal threats against an artist claiming that he'd stolen a character named Snock from his channel. This is ironic, given the fact that most of his videos are extremely derivative, consisting of copyrighted material that he does not own the rights to. Now, one could argue his videos would be protected under fair use, but, even if true, he refused to extend those rights to others, intimidating the artist into deleting their original drawings with warnings of legal action.
I wouldn't mind if they owned the original character these artists inspired off of but you yourselves ripped off Sonic with this logic. It's not the first time they have tried to pull this stunt. One of the artists went as far as hiding, concerned they would be targeted. And in this final tweet here, so even after the artist deleted the art, which they didn't need to do for obvious reasons, they persist and try to find their email.
But Brian's harassment doesn't just end at litigation. On May 5th, 2017, IRL streamer Ice Poseidon was swatted 5 consecutive times while being live.
Whoa.
So you've been getting harassed if you're calling, I guess?
Yeah, so I do like live streams. People call and be like, oh, he's a gun or something, you know.
Many of Ice's fans believed that Brian was responsible for this due to the fact that he was in the chat on the stream demanding people call law enforcement on him, as well as posting the address of his location. Now, it's worth clarifying that we don't know for certain if Brian was the one responsible for this instance, as we don't have access to the actual calls made. But what we can say, at the very least, is that Brian did want the police to go to him and encourage others to do so. 3 years later, streamer Emma Dorable finally spoke out about her experience with him. She alleged to have been harassed, doxxed, and swatted by Futuristichub in 2016. After making this tweet, her friends were messaged by him asking for her current location, as well as on Discord, where he claimed that he was going to be sending her a cease and desist via email. After getting into drama with Futuristichub, Keemstar claimed that he was being stalked by him repeatedly, as well as saying that he will be calling the police about Brian. He asks for anyone who has received threats from Futuristichub to send them to him for a police report. In response, Futuristichub said that he would be filing a class action lawsuit against Keemstar.
I just wanted to announce a class action lawsuit against Drama Alert. If anyone has been affected...
Shut the... Wait, hang on. Is this a good go? I feel like... Okay, hang on. Let's listen.
Myself included by this shit channel. Please contact me ASAP so we can get this started.
He also called Keem's local police department and filmed the entire thing before uploading it to YouTube.
Yeah, somebody called the police on me last night, and I wanted to verify if there's a police report.
We can do that. What address are the police sent to?
Well, actually, they called from the internet, said I was cyberbullying. His name is Daniel Keem.
A video documenting this has since been taken down due to a privacy complaint. He also attempted to encourage YouTube to delete Keemstar's channel and pay more attention to fellow drama channels.
I will not participate in any way, shape, or form in the bashing and attacks against Keemstar. These channels out there are making tens of hundreds of thousands of dollars bullying people, and you guys aren't doing a thing about it. What goes through your mind when you're hiring, or other people that you hired are hiring, the policy members who aren't enforcing the rules? iDubbbz destroyed Keemstar. I'm destroying Keemstar.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You and Brian Martin. Fucking leave me. I'm gonna call the police on you. Leave me the fuck alone.
Are you seeing this? Oh my god, it is lit over on YouTube right now and Twitter. We've got Grade A Under A messing around with Keemstar, exposing him for the pedophile that he possibly is.
This was all while he was claiming that he was not going to be involved in any drama with Keem in any way. In every incident,
Not going to be involved in any sort of drama in any sort of way, proceeds to get involved in drama. I'm sorry, it smells like knobbed in here. Really... Oh, wait, how would I smell... Oh, for fuck's sake. My joke just unfolded.
He gets upset at people using the name of his channel in a negative light, and tries to intimidate them into shutting up about him.
Futuristichub, you are a puff! There, what are you gonna do? Sue me? Ooh, ooh, I'm so scared. Ooh, ooh! Fucking knob. Jesus Christ. Good.
Either with the promise of legal action or some other consequence. Keep in mind that there has not been a single time when he has actually followed through with taking people to court over things they say about him online.
Exactly,
but why does
because he's a massive
Futuristichub go
puff.
to all of these lengths to silence critics and bully people into not talking about him publicly? To find out a little bit more about who Futuristichub is, let's take a look at one particular case that led me to discovering his identity. January of 2021. A small YouTuber called Wacky TV posted a video about Futuristichub, where he makes some jokes about him and basically just calls his content cringe. He also touched on Futuristichub's beef with Keemstar. Wacky played a clip of Keemstar talking about his experience with Futuristichub.
There's literally so many YouTubers that he's been stalking, threatening.
Right, so that's Wacky.
Channels. Like, this guy is a fucking con man, right? I've posted articles about this dude. His girlfriend used to be one of the reply girls. Like, I could go on and on and on. I have that con man, that stalker, that harasser, blocked for a reason. because he does not leave me alone.
This video by Wacky managed to accumulate a few hundred views, which, on a channel with just a few thousand subscribers, isn't anything to scoff at. Following this video, Wacky TV was subject to an onslaught of harassment from Futuristichub, and I don't use this word lightly. It is actually absurd the lengths that this guy went to intimidate a teenager's video that had such a small number of eyes on it. This started with a comment.
This guy wanted to harass a teenager. Wow. Jesus. Right, you know what? Futuristichub, if you want to pick on somebody your own size. Don't go chasing after people for no reason, you wanker. Grow a pair and... Autism, stop. Grow a pair, go talk to your mum, and go cry about it like the whiny bitch you are.
From the channel Wildcraft, the self-admitted secret new account of Futuristichub. Up until this point, we've acknowledged that the brand is owned by a man named Brian Martin. However, when Wacky claimed the same thing in his video, Wildcraft accused him of being misleading. They claimed that the actual owner of the accounts is a woman named Holly, and that her husband Brian was entirely uninvolved. Shortly after this, Wacky received an email from Brian reiterating that he was not the owner of the channel. He then goes on to try and threaten Wacky into removing the video. In a further email from Brian, a few standout quotes include, "You a tough guy, Wacky? You think your friend is a tough guy too? You know how many YouTube channels I've taken down in the past 12 years? Enough to make many..."
You want to know how many times I've picked on teenagers because my ego is so fucking fragile that if it gets tapped by a 5-year-old, I'll fucking sue them. No. That's literally what I'm hearing from the... Not the guy who's telling us the situation. You know what I mean. The quotation. End of discussion. Guy's a retard. And he looks like a crackhead with that hairstyle.
People afraid of me. Both you and your shithead cunt of a friend, Larix. Leave that poor woman...
What's your profanity? Both you and your... Shit. Larix, leave that poor woman alone. End faster than you can blink. Impossible. Just blinked. How can you end my career faster than a blink? Impossible. Anyway, I love the fact that he's trying to talk shit to a teenager. Think about that for a second. This guy is most probably, what, 40, 50 years old, still living in his mother's basement because he can't fucking get a job. Partly because nobody would want to hire this fucking mistake from God. I feel really sorry for the mother of this person. 9 months of labour. And then this fuck comes out. Jesus Christ. And also, if Futuristichub would like to, he can pick a fight with Satan. And we all know that this is going to end with that fucker crying or bitching about a fucking lawsuit. Because we all know that Satan fears nothing, fears nothing, feels nothing, has no emotion, and is mentally unstable.
Alone, or I will personally see to it that every single one of your careers ends faster than you can blink. As if that wasn't enough, Futuristichub then had Wacky's subsequent video about their interactions taken down via another privacy complaint. For whatever reason, Brian Martin doesn't want anyone to think that
he's a crackhead!
Futuristichub channel, despite the inordinate amount of evidence proving otherwise. But why go to such extreme lengths to have the video taken down?
Because
Clearly,
he's a
the
cunt?
motive here wasn't just that something negative was being said about the brand. Otherwise, he would have resorted to this lie years earlier. There must be something more serious being hidden. So, let's go back to Brian. Brian Martin, a man who many have credited over the past few years with the channel's unhinged rants about critics and Muslim people. Why doesn't he want the brand tied to him anymore? And could it have something to do with his antics outside of the Futuristichub brand? The effort to answer that question led me first to a channel simply titled Video Games. With a multi-million subscriber count, it's a relic of a forgotten time on YouTube. As a community channel, it operated as an accumulation of content from various creators who would make videos to be showcased on the account in exchange for exposure, as well as unspecified sums of money. And with how large of an audience it had, this entailed some pretty sizable transactions. Well, it turns out that Brian was one of the individuals who managed the channel. In 2016, a lawsuit was filed over control of the video games account. Its conclusion ruled that Brian, as well as one of his business partners, were guilty of committing fraud by avoiding payments. They also were found to not have informed other owners of their proceedings. This ruling...
Somebody's been doing some tax evasion. The plot thickens.
meant that Brian, as well as Marco Princip, owed the plaintiffs a total of $20 million.
Wow!
In the wake of this verdict, several figures in the gaming community came forward to state that they'd been scammed by the channel as well. This included Vicstar, Quebblecop, Lightboy 7th Street, Lost in Peace, and Ali A, with Brian and Marco...
Quebblecop got scammed by this fucker. I know Quebblecop. I'm not sure on the situation, but he used to be friends with a YouTuber called Jelly. Jesus Christ. It is sad where the world is going nowadays. Like,
Marco, owing each of them thousands upon thousands of dollars. Given their previous conflict, it's perhaps no surprise that Keemstar reported on the situation in April of 2016.
The channel with 3.3 million subscribers is a community channel that was owned by Marco and Brian Martin, aka Futuristichub. The two have been sued for $20 million. Successfully.
Not wanting to let the hassle laugh, 3 months later, Brian uploaded an animation to his channel in which he depicts Keemstar receiving an anal probe in Minecraft. Upon reaching out to a former employee for the video games channel, he verified that the Brian Martin sued in the video game suit was also, in fact, the owner of Futuristichub. He claims that Brian fled the country to escape
So he got sued, then he made an animation of one of his enemies getting anally defiled by a probe. How sad is this fucker? I'm generally concerned for everyone's safety and
consequences of the lawsuit, and put the channel in his wife's name. And although it makes sense, I don't want to just take his word for it. I need a little more proof than this. Thankfully, that proof is available in the form of court transcripts. During litigation regarding the video game channel in 2016, Brian Martin was asked about the various YouTube channels that he operates, and when asked if he was the owner of the Futuristichub channel, he replied plainly in court, yes. This is available in public court documents, which anyone can access right now. In addition to this, Brian has done countless interview segments as himself while representing the Futuristichub channel.
You want to know why I wanted to do Minecraft porn or Minecraft sex? A long time ago, well, this is why I did it, and a lot of people are calling me a Minecraft porn animator or Minecraft sex director or something.
He's also posted his own face on YouTube while lamenting over what he sees as being the hardships of a YouTube animator. However, since then, Brian has claimed...
No. Life isn't tough. It's when you're a fucking wanker it's tough. You threatened people. You harassed. You swatted. People are fucking... Oh, God. Everyone, I have a famous quota for you guys to use. Don't be like this, retard. Otherwise, you're going to end up being a very, very lonely person in life. And trust me, you don't want to be on your own.
Court, under threat of perjury, that he is not actually the owner of the Futuristichub channel.
What is she doing?
Shut the fuck up.
She's the owner of Futuristichub.
Is she now?
Yes.
When did she become the owner of Futuristichub?
I've always been the owner of Futuristichub.
Always?
Always. She's 20 years old. Yes. She makes kids' animations.
Suddenly, his attempts at deleting years of evidence proving his own involvement make sense, and perhaps shed some light on his previous outbursts. Let's go back to Wacky TV, and when he received the initial comment from Holly, or the Wildcraft channel. Shortly after, he was reached out to by its associated Twitter account. Holly attempted to convince him to remove the video and claim that Brian was not the owner of the Futuristichub channel. After bringing up the court documents, the account began melting down, saying stop over and over again. It's actually kind of scary, and you have to wonder if the person behind this account is okay, as they appear to be in the middle of a mental breakdown in this high schooler's messages. Shortly after this freakout, Wacky received another email from Brian. Here, he once again begs for them to leave Brian alone. He says that the lawsuit is not actually a real or fair lawsuit. He was sued for no reason. Stay away from the plaintiffs. They will hurt you. Wacky later went on to appear on Tommy C's channel for an interview about Futuristichub, a video which has since been removed from YouTube due to a privacy complaint. Brian then sent Tommy an email to brag about having his video removed.
Suck those balls! You got dick smacked right across the face. I warned you. Don't ever cross me again, or worse, we'll come see you around.
Adorable was messaged on January 18th of this year about Futuristichub from the same account that had been talking to Wacky TV. Here, Holly claims that they are the owner of the Futuristichub channel, and that Brian was merely a manager who had helped with voice acting in the past. To prove this, they cited a supposed face reveal the account had posted on the community tab. This is, again, an attempt at misdirection. They want to lead people away from the idea that Brian had any serious, meaningful involvement in the channel.
You're fucking stupid.
Hey, look, there's an official face reveal on the channel. It couldn't possibly be Brian. But the interviews, archival videos, tweets, and even...
Right. So I don't like talking about this, but I know I got to, because on Christmas Day, the Christmas that's just passed, I was hanging out with my friend 2011, having a good time. Then I feel really stupid about this. One of 3 people reached out to me. One was pretending to be a girl. One was pretending to be a fan. One, who didn't appear until much, much later, threatening to report me for being a paedophile, then tried to... I got chatted up. I got fucking... The one pretending to be a fan, called Satan out for being a griefer. Satan kicked his ass, because we all know that's how it would have gone down. I blocked that spastic because I'm not going to be friends with an idiot. The one pretending to be a fan then threatened to tell the person pretending to be a girl who was interested in me. Me, being a fucking dumbass and not understanding that this is their whole entire fucking plan, I fell for it. Falling down a large rabbit hole of getting clickbaited by possibly a retard. I then proceeded to fall many times for their nudes that they sent to me, and I'm being honest here because I don't want to be taken for a lying sod. I fell for them. I fell for them. I then, afterwards, when the person pretending to be a girl said that they had to go, they then sent a message to me an hour later saying that they were the sibling of the girl, saying that the sibling had died of COVID. Well, the brother, the one pretending to be the brother, said that the sister had died of COVID, which was fucking... As soon as I saw that, I saw... No, it isn't. So I immediately confronted them, and and they went like, haha, get wrecked, you fucking fell for it, get trolled for 24 hours. And they're like, is this some game? He then proceeded to message me saying it was a dare from one of his fucking mates from school. I'm still annoyed to this day, and if I ever find this through... The one that threatened to report me for being a paedophile, I'm going to find him. Because I've been called a paedophile enough in my life. I hate it. I'm not. The paedophile situation I'll have to explain in another video. Just know that it was pretty stupid, the reason. So... Yeah. My life is brilliant. I got bloody bullied for no reason. But yeah. It's very tough. It's very tough. Oh, by the way, the one that tried to report me for being a paedophile, I got told like a couple of weeks later that his account has been removed. I don't know how, because he deleted all the messages, and I tried to delete the messages of me when he was trying to, but he reported my messages before I could delete them, because I saw him deleting the messages and I go, oh, I shouldn't be going this far off track, for fuck's sake.
He's lying. And furthermore, if you try pointing this out or documenting his history online in any meaningful way, you'll have your attempts removed and quickly be met with threats. At this point, we've reached promises of frivolous litigation, allegations of swatting, bizarre Minecraft fetishism as a gotcha, mental breakdowns upon reference to their impending legal troubles, and serial harassment against critics no matter their size. Once again, when Wacky made this video, he had just 2,000 subscribers, and I doubt he's making anything substantial off of YouTube. Brian, on the other hand, runs a channel that has at the very least made a few 100,000 in ad revenue. And this is me being extremely conservative. In reality, he's easily made millions. And if I were to stop here, we would still have a bizarre portrait of the man, Brian Martin. He's a coward, obfuscating the fact that he owns a Futuristichub channel despite the overwhelming body of evidence from him suggesting otherwise.
Well, he's a moron. And I guarantee you, Futuristichub wrote in the comment section of this video saying it's all wrong. Futuristichub, I doubt you're watching this because you're fucking sitting on a pile of money bigger than your fucking mum's house because you're a fucking twat, even though you got sued. Anyway, Futuristichub, I have but one simple message. Shut the fuck up and get a grip. You are what, 40? 45? How old, mate? Seriously, be honest. Do you still live in your mum's basement? It's alright to admit if you do. We'll just laugh at your fucking failure in life because you are one. And I'm not taking back what I just said because you're a fucking hobo.
He's instructed his wife to take fault instead, and is collaborating with her to convince children who expose his wrongdoing to take down their videos. And when they don't comply, he openly abuses the privacy and copyright systems in place to force them to stop mocking him. I could honestly stop here and it would be...
I need to go grab my tea. I'm getting stressed as well. Alright. Another thing, Mum. This man... Right. Oh yeah, I forgot I paused
condemn this man and his activities on YouTube. What most people don't realize is that Futuristichub isn't the first channel Brian's had on YouTube, and it's what he did before his Minecraft sexcapades that truly expose how delusional he truly is.
Ah!
Allow me to introduce you to Life in a Tent. Around 2010, one of the most common forms of content on YouTube was the rant genre. Think of this as a predecessor to what we know today as the commentary community. Rant channels were essentially blogs from other creators where they gave their thoughts on current events and other YouTubers.
Your wife, I believe, is actually an aquatic animal called a whale. I don't know how you're keeping her alive outside of a water tank, but good job, man.
I'm sorry, Jim81 Jim, was that supposed to be an insult? I'm not, I know that wasn't towards... That was the worst insult in the world. Your wife or girlfriend is what is known as a whale. I don't... Oh, bravo, you want a gold medal for that insult? Get in line, dipshit. Jesus Christ. I would be able to land much more fatal insults if I could actually fucking speak.
That's some, you know, let's call it the Discovery Channel. They're going to be interested in that.
Well, one of these rant channels was called Life in a Tent.
Also, I can tell that you don't excel in fucking biology. You want to know what whales are? They're fucking mammals. They're able to last outside water for quite a while before they die of dehydration. It's sad to find out that they die of dehydration, but whales cannot. I think it's maybe like an hour. I'm not sure. Either way, this guy's a Nimrod. That insult was disgustingly bad, and I think a 5-year-old would have said something more meaningful than that guy.
Run by a much younger Brian Martin. Here, like many of his peers, Brian would give his thoughts on other YouTubers and the various happenings.
I wonder, why is he wearing a hat? Is it to hide his obvious crackhead hairstyle?
Within the community. But, unlike them, by the end of his run as Life in a Tent, Brian had become one of the most hated people on the platform. The channel was created on January 14th of 2010 and was first a place for Brian to upload skits and by-the-books reaction videos. However, his original content didn't quite manage to garner the traction that he desired, so he began to resort to tricks, exploiting the system in order to get as many clicks as possible. Nowadays, a video's success in the algorithm is largely determined by click-through rates and the audience's retention. This means it's important not just that the viewer be interested in the thumbnail, but also the video itself. Things were different back in the day, and because of it, clickbait became an epidemic on the platform. Brian was one of the largest offenders of this. He'd decorate his content to make it appear as if it were the viral video that many people wanted to click on. Upon click,
as well as the two retards, the what are they called? Their siblings, but one of them has a ridiculous hairstyle and they look like a retard, and they were on Vine. It's like I don't know, it will go to me. Logan Paul and Jake Paul. There we go, got it. Yeah, Logan Paul, Jake Paul. Who else? There's another one that I mean, Logan or Jake Paul's, their Vines were top tier. Satan showed me a couple of their Vines. Wait, no, Satan didn't. I'm getting my words mixed up. You see what I mean? I looked at a couple of their Vines. Their Vines are generally funny. But this is before they turned into a clickbaiting retard and started, you know, fucking up everyone's life. Unfortunately.
Clicking, however, they'd be met with his face. He would then preface the viral clip before playing it, and then wrap up the video with his thoughts. This was a smart move in theory, because it not only misled viewers, but also extended his watch time, giving more opportunity for his video to be promoted by the website. And they definitely were promoted, as he began racking up hundreds of thousands of views. With his newfound success, Brian then began looking into making money off of this venture, launching a campaign for YouTube to accept him into their, at the time, just launched YouTube Partner Program. Not willing to accept his status as an unmonetized creator, Brian recruited his friends and fans to spam YouTube staff to the point that they actually let him in, with the Life in a Tent.
They let him in because oh my god. That is actual abuse. That's mad.
The channel being deemed eligible for monetization. But even this wasn't enough for Brian, who wished to make a living off of the platform. With his video...
Yeah, well, guess what, mate? Life's a bitch. Doesn't always go the way you plan, you dickhead. Like, I'm most probably gonna keep doing YouTube videos for as long as I want to. I'm most probably going to stop. I'm most probably going to make this a full-time thing and I actually get monetized. Although, with the amount of copyright claims I've got, I'm not sure that's going to be an option. But I'm definitely going to be doing this because I enjoy watching this and reacting to retards like this. Because it generally makes my life definitely better. Because I'm definitely not the only nut job out there who is stupid.
Videos now having ads placed on them, Brian began employing bot accounts to further promote his videos. This, combined with his clickbait, finally allowed him to make substantial...
I heard about that. Apparently, there's a... Now, I'm just remembering off the top of my head, so don't quote me on this. But apparently there is a Japanese, maybe Chinese website that you can go to and you can ask them to put bots on your channel. And if you're monetized, this makes your life a living. However, I don't like that because that's cheating. If you're going to make videos, you've got to make sure that people enjoy your videos. You can't just cheat to get paid. That's not how life works.
Income from his channel, but naturally, that influx of attention and public campaigning drew the ire of his peers.
See what I mean? 5k, 10k. Jesus Christ. His description of life in a tent talks about the quote, original apology video MP4. MP4.ext has stopped working. He's... Okay, hang on. This apology video makes sense. Like... Oh, wait, no, that isn't the guy that... this isn't the original Life in a Tent video. Right, okay. So, that makes sense. The person who posted the video is the Place of Many Mirrors. He's in so... Okay, right.
Other rant channels began looking to criticize him. This included the now deceased Happy Cabby, who generated thousands of views pointing out the misleading nature of Brian's channel.
So you're just talking about the video. You're not actually showing the video. Ah, okay, well...
Rest in peace, my dude. Rest in peace.
I don't want to hear your opinion on the video. I was actually hoping to see the scary prank gone horribly real bad. Okay, so Life in a Tent, I hope now you understand.
If you troll me or make rude comments, you just punch yourself in the face. I can grammar. Jesus Christ. Right. Read that sentence 10 times and tell me it doesn't make sense. Hello, Georgie.
And what YouTube
Oh, annoying orange on the left,
when they
on the
are
right.
talking about misleading thumbnails. I hope that you get it. If you don't, send me a message. I'll be glad to explain it to you.
Perhaps one of the first instances of a now familiar technique, Brian attempted to drown out critics by spamming his own comment sections with random, unrelated information via a number of bot accounts. This was to make it more difficult for detractors to influence his viewers, although in the end it proved ultimately ineffective. In 2010, a 14-year-old YouTuber named Eric Douglas momentarily became the center of attention when he uploaded a video declaring war against all who opposed Justin Bieber. As you'd expect for a kid his age, he makes laughably extreme threats, such as...
I'm not going to say anything. It's a 14-year-old. I legally can't, otherwise I would be classed as cyberbullying. Although, that was back in 2010, so he's 14... 2010, it's just gone to 2020, 24, he's 26 now.
Claiming that he'd hack anyone on the site who continued to mock the teen idol.
I do. We're gonna get your IP and I can get this information.
Your voice makes me want to grate my ears into shreds. Jesus. I know he was 14 and his voice was all over the place, but I don't think my voice was all over the place during 14. I mean, I had voice cracks, but they were... Mate, I'll hack your IP a bit. You sound like every tryhard on GTA 5. Jesus Christ.
We're gonna find out who you are, the users of the IP, where you live, and we're gonna get your photo.
Grammar 100. I can't say shit because I stutter, but Jesus Christ. It is so much more funny when it's happening to somebody else. Fuck. Again, you guys can laugh at me if I have stuttering problems. I find it laughable too. Like, I hate not being able to speak.
And we're gonna blast it on the internet, okay?
Oh no! Oh no! He's threatening to post pictures of my face on the internet. Oh!
I've started using Vinted to sell the clothes I don't wear.
Suck on my knob. Damn bitch.
And we can get, you're probably
Oh, hang
getting
on.
a lot of prank calls and stuff as well. And I'm sure that.
Nope, hang on.
Video going to accumulate over 1 million views, the rant community viewed it as a threat to free speech. Be it to capitalize on a viral subject or out of genuine moral principle, Brian uploaded a now lost video responding to him. Many who viewed it at the time felt that he went too far, as he threatened to physically assault Eric. In response, he alluded to legal action, claiming that they'd committed libel. Thankfully, the joke would end up being on Brian, as Eric eventually.
I'm not... Okay, I know it just took the piss out of a 14-year-old from 2010. And I was... Well, I was 20... So 2010, I was about 5. So I was living my life. But you were not the 14-year-old, the guy we're watching, the guy who we're talking about. You're threatening a 14-year-old. You're that sad. I tried to clap with the controller and I just hurt my hand. Ow, I'm an idiot. How dumb are you, mate? On a scale of 1 to 10, rate your stupidity, because you're going for the minus category. Jesus.
Actually outed himself as a troll who'd made the videos as rage bait. In 2011, a massive earthquake occurred in Japan that was of such a high magnitude that it was followed by a tsunami. An estimated 20,000 people died.
Heard about
Close
that?
to 500,000 were forced to evacuate. Hoping to be one of the first of the story, Brian uploaded a video to his channel attempting to break news of the tragedy. While this alone doesn't seem atypical of a news channel, he closed out the video by saying that his fans should like the video for an epic earthquake.
Anyway, thumbs up this video for epic earthquake. And I'm not trying to make a joke of this. This is a pretty epic sized earthquake. It's a 8.8.
Naturally, this didn't go over super well with the community, as people began pointing out the exploitative.
I make pretty bad jokes, like casual sexism and casual racism, but I admit to that. I am quite disgusted with how much I say now and then. Like, it is generally quite disgusting what I say sometimes, and I really wish I don't say those things. But did he just say thumbs up for a giant earthquake in a video where he's talking about a serious earthquake that killed over millions of people? Although I make really, really bad terrorist jokes, so I can't really say shit. Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Nature of his content. It opened up the criticism against his entire channel, as people made video after video railing on him. Following this, he was challenged to a debate by fellow YouTuber Blackbuster Critic, in which Brian ended up making himself look like a fool with his very poor defenses. The infamous debate with...
I was going to say something. Hang on. What was I going to say? Fuck!
Blackbuster also managed to get the attention of a lot of other channels, including Shoe on Head. In a now deleted video, she claims that he is one of the worst people on the platform and that he should leave.
Please tell me you're not wearing makeup. Or... Okay, that was rude. Anyway. Kind of reminds me of that more... Not her. What was her name? She sounds stupid, this woman. But basically, if you guys know who I'm talking about, she sued some guy because apparently this man raped her underwater while she was unconscious and drowning. And she sued him, and thankfully she lost that sue because you just got your ass saved and you're suing the man. No, I'm sorry. This is not how world works. If I could, I would have gone back in time and stopped that guy from diving in after her and go like, mate, trust me, you're not going to want to go in there. Trust me. There, the water is contaminated or some shit.
You deserve all this hate you were getting. You bring it upon yourself. Get the fuck off the internet.
You could have most probably worded that a little bit better, but I can't say anything because I say stuff just as bad. But you don't win a fight by swearing at an idiot who is also swearing. That's not how you do this. Again, I can't say crap because, hey, a day after my birthday. Interesting fact. The earliest posted video on YouTube is actually, I think it's a day after I was born or something. Can't remember. But it's quite interesting. Because if you think about it, go back like, well, it's 2022. Go back to like early 2000. The internet had just come out. Like, it's that mental. It is insane how, if you think about it, the internet and all our phones are quite new. Like, the amount of progress we've made with technology is insane.
Before you hurt yourself, or hurt someone else, or cry more. Put your damn shoe on your head again.
Damn! She just full on roasted him! I feel insulted for him. Jesus.
That was hilarious. You are just a terrible human being. No one likes you. No one likes you!
Okay, you don't need to shit. Oh, again, I can't say anything. But, Jesus Christ.
Public opinion of life and intent began to shift. People also began to scrutinize Brian more, and in due time, Brian's past grew to haunt his presence as a creator. Pages on Encyclopedia Dramatica and the Rational Wiki were started to document his history of strange and malicious behavior on the internet. At first, it was simply embarrassing posts, such as when he complained about his penis size and asked if there was any way to increase it on a bodybuilding forum. But, soon enough, users began to discover less intrinsic misfortunes. It was discovered that prior to his YouTube endeavor...
Right, interesting fact. If anyone goes on, like, I'm just gonna say it, goes on the, sexual websites to, you know... You guys will see, like, those weird, ads telling you how to, like, increase your... Like, you do realise that that is, like, the biggest scam. Like, nothing can... I don't know why I brought this up. I don't know why I was so inclined to bring this up. Like, but basically, no. Just shut up. No, deal with it. And it's not about the length. It's how you use it, actually.
Brian had been involved in a multitude of illegitimate business practices. This, in particular, involved a site titled MrCashGift.com, dedicated entirely to promoting a scam. Even just in reading the site's front page, it should raise several...
Scam artists, are we? Brian Martin's 7-day, 4,500 postcard marketing campaign video proof below. Put this into perspective. Can you effectively spread the word about your new home business? If so, this will become legitimate online program. Ha ha.
Red flags of fraudulent activity. Welcome, and thank you for visiting the MrCashGift.com website. Right here, at this very time, you are looking for something to do online. Something that is going to change your life right here, right now. Well, let me show you something that is working for me and many others. Let me show you how to start receiving $500 to $1,000 or...
Right, okay, so, that doesn't sound like a lot, like, nowadays, because that's nowadays. Like, 500 to 1,000 is like receiving like 50 to 100 pounds or dollars, depending from where you are. Yes, I just took away one of the zeros. What are you gonna do? But basically, in 2010, 1,000, and you're pretty much not gonna have to worry about money problems for a while, because shit back then was a lot cheaper.
More in cash right to your door. I mean, it just sounds like a scam, right? But how do we know that this is an illegitimate business practice? Well, apart from the news reports about it, Brian himself later admitted that it was illegal.
And what you're doing, you're talking about the whole cash scam?
He got news. Can I speak? He got news like CBBC. No, wait, what? No. You know what I mean. He got news programs after him for being a scam. Oh my god, Jesus, mate.
Listen, buddy, I got out of that a long time ago because I got scammed myself. But you don't know that. Other people...
What, you get scammed by yourself for fucking going on the website by accident? Fuck's sake.
People don't know that.
That's irrelevant. You know why? Because you still presented the scam to your subscribers.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Where do you see that Life and Intent presented the cash scam to my...
I saw the video. I saw the video.
As users began to shine a bright light on Brian's dark past, lolcow sites such as Encyclopedia Dramatica started to archive his long history of internet misconduct. Given that this entailed documentation of past scams, legal threats, and other public outbursts, he was desperate to have them removed. In 2011, a Facebook page entitled Life Ends in a Tent was created to spread awareness of Brian, while also mocking him. In response, he began slandering each of its moderators individually, as well as mass reporting their accounts until it was deleted. None of this, however, would be enough to stop the inevitable repercussion of his actions. In October of 2011, the Life in a Tent channel was terminated due to multiple severe violations of YouTube's policy against spam and misleading content. Of course, you'd be foolish to think that he'd simply give up there. In fact, all of this wouldn't even begin to compare to his most elaborate attempt to strike back at his critics. A stunt so scandalous that it even received news coverage. It's a story that involves stalking, nearly $1,000 in metric manipulation, and someone who he thought to be the love of his life. A major source of controversy that I've neglected to mention up until this point was Brian's girlfriend at the time, Megan Lee. With 5 YouTube channels of her own, you can probably infer...
Alright, Missy, you don't need to show your chest off. Jesus fucking Christ. Time fun with Megan. I'm not getting distracted by her fucking chest area because she's a hoe. I can just tell. If you start showing off your chest because you think that just because you have big tits that you're fucking all there. No. No, no. Fuck off.
That she was someone that valued quantity over quality. Megan was infamous
You're showing
a reply girl.
Rather prefers quantity than quality. Then why you She's literally wearing a low revealing shirt just to... Are you trying to get people to gawk at your tits or actually take you seriously? Because everyone's going to be staring at your chest, you hoe.
A creator, typically female, who abused YouTube's video response feature to get views. Much in the same way that Brian abused the algorithm, masquerading...
Gay guy with a funny talent.
His content as viral videos, reply girls would copy the tags and descriptions of the original to ensure their video was recommended next. Rather than use misleading thumbnails, they'd edit a still from their video.
I'm going to get
enticing. This ranged from wearing low-cut shirts to photoshopping their cleavage. She became so synonymous.
Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? This shit doesn't... I know... Penis! There we go. Just because you're showing off your chest area doesn't mean you're going to get fucking guaranteed millions.
With the reply girl name that to this day, a search of the term brings up 2 very unflattering caricatures of her. In many ways, Brian and Megan were a parasitic power couple, with the former even being responsible for the latter's enhanced thumbnails. Also, like her boyfriend, Megan was just as prone to outbursts, becoming infamous herself for responding to competitors.
Please tell me that picture on the left is Photoshop and not actually her trying to take the piss out of somebody. Also, what's up with your hair? You have black hair. Did you dye your hair for some fucking reason?
With death threats. Do not copy my description. It is rude and disrespectful.
If you're going to promote your chest area for everyone to gawk at, you must bloody respect the fact that other bitches will do the exact same. Bitch, do not copy my description. It is rude and disrespectful. You are rude and disrespectful. Shut the hell up. If you ever try me, bitch, I will make sure you die in cold fucking blood. I know where you and your family live. I am not fucking kidding. You don't see me fucking with you and your life, so don't fuck with mine. If I ever see that, you do this again, I will have you hacked. Megan, sent to... Oh no, I am so scared. What's that? Not like bitch in here. Bloody hell. Do not copy my description. It is rude and disrespectful. You are rude. I know I said that already, but Jesus. If you ever try me, bitch, I will make sure you die in cold fucking blood. Do you grammar? Did you go to school? Because that is one of the worst insert. If you went to school, it would most probably teach you a lot about hurting people's feelings. I know where you and your family... No, you don't. You know zero shit. I am not fucking kidding. Yes, you are. You don't see me fucking with you and your life, so don't fuck with mine. Unfortunately, she is correct there. Although she was threatening people online. So if I ever see that you do this again, I will have you hacked. What, will your boyfriend do it? Oh no, I'm so scared. Ugh. Wanker.
Respectfully, if you ever try me, bitch, I will make sure you die in cold fucking blood. I know where you and your family live. I'm not fucking kidding. You don't see me fucking with you in your life, so don't fuck with me.
If Futuristichub and his ex, I take it, I don't consider them two living together because they're fucking parasites. If either of these two twats are watching this video and they are still watching and not in the comment section writing fucking insults like a bloody North Korean when their mother gets fucking threatened to get shot, again, casual racist joke, I shouldn't be saying that. If they are in the comment section, guess what? I don't care if you know where I live. If you know where I live, good for you. What do you want, a medal? I know where I live. And also, if you appear at the front of my house, do you want to know what I'm going to be having waiting for you? I'm going to have a fucking... What is it? What's the word? I believe the word is rock ready to yeet at your face. Might do some improvement. For both of you. Anyway.
Ever see that you do this again, I will have you hacked. That last sentence is important. While unlikely to follow through with the threat of cold-blooded murder, her claim of having the competition hacked was not just plausible, but perhaps far more genuine than even the recipient believed at the time. While it's uncertain who this message was directed towards, a reasonable guess would be a YouTuber simply known as the Reply Girl. Throughout 2011, the couple spent months harassing her simply because she was an on-site competitor, likely to give Megan...
Okay, I'm just going to say it. I feel no pity for her or any of the other retards that copied the thing. Because you would just ask... You're copying tags just so you can get views, just so you can feel better about yourself. Because guys and maybe lesbians stared at your chest area. Nobody gives a fuck about your chest area, you female person. There we go. That was a... But yeah, nobody cares. If you have a large chest area, good for you. What do you want? A medal? Several other million people in the world most probably have a large chest. Nobody gives a fuck.
In an upper hand, they demanded she begin censoring her thumbnails, and went so far as to stalk her Facebook on sock puppet accounts. She also publicized the Reply Girl's personal traumas, such as a deceased ex-partner. They even attempted to make a formal argument to YouTube to have her removed. Apparently,
you do realise that back then YouTube didn't give a flying fuck, right? No, I'm serious. Back then you could post videos of music without having to like wait, no, could you? I don't know if I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you might. I'm not pretty sure, but it is possible that you could have posted song video without like crediting the original author. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me. But back then, YouTube didn't give a shit whether you didn't do something correctly. Honestly, they were just saying, meh. Because they didn't care. And you expect YouTube to care just because your feelings got hurt. Oh, boo-hoo. Go to the doctors if your feelings are that hurt. Maybe the doctor might prescribe you some drugs.
Apparently not realizing that Megan would necessarily be caught in the crossfire. This wasn't a one-time incident either. They repeated this pattern over and over again, demanding other Reply Girls stop doing viral video reviews because Megan owned...
Okay, if you want other girls, please leave me alone. Just because I'm making... She's acting like the victim when somebody retorts on her. What are you? Threatening to kill me or you get act like a puppy? Anyway, maybe if you hadn't started showing off your chest, you woman, maybe people wouldn't have copied you. Because they saw that the amount of likes you and likes and views you were getting, they said, oh, I can also do that. You're asking for an argument to be made here. But hell, what do I know? I'm just some 16-year-old who barely knows what the world does anymore.
Maybe they were right. As mentioned before, Megan became synonymous with the genre as a figurehead.
Again,
so in a way,
she's
she
trying to
was
get you
owned.
views
As
just
a
by showing
result,
off her
when
chest.
The public began to lambast reply girls for exploiting the algorithm. This became a double-edged sword, as many then directly satirized her and her image.
Honey, I saw a video.
Oh, piss take video.
This goes out to Megan Speaks, the reply girl, whoever the fuck is making these videos. I'm sorry. When I click on a video and I want to see maybe, you know, some related videos that have something to do with Minecraft or something else, and all I see is your tits or your Photoshop enhanced tits over here on the freaking the side for related videos, it annoys the fuck out of me.
In early 2012, the couple began fighting back against the onslaught of mockery directed towards Megan. Upset that creators such as the Yogscast and OniNG were liking videos that mocked her, she attempted to pull strings behind the scenes to have them punished. Using her connections at Machinima, she emailed a representative asking to have the video removed. They responded that they would have the thumbnail striked for using her likeness. Unsatisfied that it wasn't entirely deleted, however, Brian took to Twitter to threaten VidCon. He writes that VidCon will not be fun this year, noting that they'll survive the threats, but will need better security. This was seen as significant enough of a threat that Hank Green himself commented on the video, stating that they'd be taking appropriate steps to dealing with them. Less than a week later, a series of leaked Skype chat logs would reveal the full extent of Brian and Megan's attempts to have their competitors terminated from YouTube. These leaks would be covered extensively in an article by the Daily Dot, where they were compared to a modern-day equivalent of Bonnie and Clyde. From the leaks, Brian can be seen a day after the email to Machinima was sent plotting to have the Yogscast and other critics IP banned from the site. His plan was to pay to have their videos view-botted in order to make their growth appear illegitimate to administrators. An email receipt shows that he paid $920 for 500,000 views to be distributed to their targets. The article didn't end it.
Oh my god. You sad fuck. Sorry everyone, that slipped out. What I should have said is, you sad morons. Jesus Christ. You paid that much money. Oh my god. You paid that much money just so you could feel good about your... You paid that much money just so you could feel nice about your girlfriend being a hoe and shoving off her tits. Bloody hell.
Investigation there, however. The author then details their track record.
I guarantee this
video
video's been going on
both
for
of them
now.
have been previously banned from the site for spam and deceptive practices. They then revealed that they reported all of their findings to YouTube directly. Scared of the couple, they asked to be kept
Oh, this has been going on for an
stating
hour.
simply, botting isn't welcome here, so we're working to get this resolved quickly. In 2012, Brian returned to YouTube on a number of different accounts, wanting to rebuild his brand in some way. However, all of these attempts were unsuccessful. As of that,
He's like the vegan teacher. Will not fuck off. Jesus Christ. Like, seriously, the vegan teacher has been had her original accounts on TikTok and YouTube removed several times. She just won't piss off. Jesus.
time, everyone on the platform still remembered all of the crazy shit he had done and his very strange activities on and off platform. It was at this time that the Futuristichub channel was created, taking off in the following years. It's also believed that Brian and Megan split up at some point in 2018 or 2019, as he is currently married to the aforementioned Holly. While he has managed to create a new brand, Brian evidently has been unable to move on from his typical behavior of making bad content and then crying when people don't like it. As shown before, this has since totaled to a mountain of terrible shit he's done to his critics. All stuff he wants to remain hidden, which I guess I understand. If I had done this many terrible fucking things, I definitely want it to be hidden as well.
Again,
I definitely
Crackhead.
wouldn't harass kids online when they make fun of me. I definitely wouldn't send them fake legal threats and tell them that I would try to ruin their careers. But Brian obviously does, because his ego is so fragile that he can't stand someone calling his cringy animations, well, cringy. If it hadn't been for what happened to Wacky TV, it's unlikely that I would have even looked into this story and the long list of shenanigans that Brian has gotten himself into. Instead, in his attempt to hide away from people who don't like what he does, he only opened the door for a plethora of other information about him to get out. And, believe it or not, this is only a portion of the information available about Brian, and his twin brother, and the various crimes they have been responsible for over the years. Believe me, folks, some of the most damning material is yet to come. But more on that in part 2.
There's a part 2. Yeah, let's do it. Again, this is... Turkey Tom, if you are watching this video, am I allowed to rant about this, or can I just continue being a shit poster of this guy's retardation? I seriously doubt Turkey Tom's even watching this, because I am an idiot and he barely even knows me, but, yeah. Alright, let's go on with this.
Like, you can't go around policing all of social media. I just think that television's a much...
Yes, you can, actually, because, as much as I love the internet, it's kind of gone a bit soft. Because if... I could call somebody a stick on the Xbox chat and somebody could get me reported for being a bully. Because, I mean, it is what it is. My opinion can most probably eat shit compared to what the other hundreds of millions of people say. I'm just one person saying that I don't like something because I've lost my account. Which I hope to get back because I'm falling down a rabbit hole I shouldn't be going down. We already know the story, right?
Better platform to talk about weather forecasts.
Brian Martin, Futuristichub, is being sued.
What's going on, everyone? I just wanted to announce a class action lawsuit.
I'm the co-owner of CashGiftUniversity.com.
And his twin brother.
Yeah, Kevin, identify yourself.
I don't want to get copyrighted.
Futuristichub, one of the strangest channels on YouTube, run by one of the strangest men to ever use the platform. In my last video...
You forgot to mention one of the strangest YouTube channels with the creepiest, cringiest, and shittiest video quality known to man, that's run by a complete and total crackhead. There you go, Turkey Tom. I corrected what you meant to say about this futuristic... Oh, for God's sake. I did not even realise, but he's got that tick, which means verified. For fuck's sake! Why is it that okay, I know that there's most probably a process or something. What does verify... Like, it's just a tick. What is so great about being verified, though? But, seriously...
On this subject, I covered the decade-long history of the eccentric Brian Martin, a pathologist.
I mean, on top of that, I kind of don't need to be on a verified account because technically my account, my YouTube channel name, CEO Crossbow Demon, it's such, in a weird way, the amount of speaking and the amount of, you know what I mean, since it's so long and it's kind of difficult, it's kind of stupid if you wanted to kind of copy it, like, yeah. I don't know.
A liar who attempts to silence critics by any means necessary, both virtue and legality.
Why has he got the V for Vendetta costume in the background? Oh, does it make you feel like a superhero? You want to know how he died? He fucking died to a gunshot in the crotch. Is that how you want to be remembered? Shot in the crotch?
Be damned. I discussed how the frivolous litigant became the defendant of a $20 million lawsuit himself, and was found guilty as a result of fraudulent activity. In spite of all that, this iceberg still hasn't quite been fully unveiled yet. And, with Brian himself now responding to the video, the story is only getting more convoluted. So, grab yourself a snack, boys and girls, as we dive back into the world of Futuristichub.
Okay, you know
there
when
was no way that Brian would
sorry.
ignore the series. This is a man who felt it necessary to personally threaten a YouTuber with only a few thousand subscribers. When I published my first video, I expected shenanigans to ensue, and sure enough, they did. I had preemptively blocked the Wildcraft account on Twitter in preparation for the fallout. This didn't stop them, however, as they instead began messaging people I followed in order to get into contact with me. Eventually, I decided to just give in and see what would happen. As expected, I was met with messages informing me.
Okay, so, guys, I'm not gonna stop the video, I'm just, as soon as I post this video, the retard's most probably going to come after me because he came after this guy. Mate, if you're still watching the video because you're a retard, I honestly, I applaud you for having such an attention span to last this fucking long, mate. Jesus, what do you do in your spare time? Watch hentai? Jerk off to kid pictures? What do you do? I generally want to know your routine. How do you keep on top of things? Yeah. What are you going to do when Brian removes your video? I think you deserve it. I think you deserve to have your channel terminated, which I've contacted. YouTube does not give a fuck. I've contacted YouTube about your planned attacks towards me and my channels. I'm sorry. I forget the point. I forget. You know, the Tobey Maguire line. I fail to see how that's my problem.
The couple had emailed YouTube requesting that my account be deleted. Simultaneously, I received an email notifying that I'd received a privacy complaint for the video. Included was a list of timestamps of the alleged offenses, which wound up being any time I had mentioned Brian Martin by name. It's evident that in spite of the overwhelming...
Brian Martin is a faggot. What are you gonna do? Send a YouTube, fucking video removal thing? Bitch, please. Do I care? Do you want to know what I'll do? I'll just send an email to YouTube or respond to it saying this is merely just him being a midget. How tall is he? Midget. I'm going to get myself in so much trouble, but I do not care.
Proving that Brian owns the Futuristichub channel, he is somehow convinced that he can make a court believe he was never the owner. Around the same time that this was happening, Tommy C also started receiving emails from burner accounts with rather explicit usernames. While I can't say for sure if these were from Brian, it definitely sounds like something he would say. And let's be real, who else would be so adamant on defending the brand? I was also...
Yeah, true. I guarantee you I'm going to look in my Gmail, my email list, and I'm just going to have like 20 fucking emails sent in a... It's just going to be all like, fuck you, cunt. It's just going to be saying racist shit towards me at some point. Ah, the life of being a YouTuber with an unstable crackhead on.
Predictably met with threats.
How does that feel, Brian, to be called a crackhead?
Which they also levied against creators talking about the situation, such as Tipster and Tommy C. Many were quick to call their bluff, though interestingly they attempted to substantiate their threat this time. People who think I actually didn't sue are stupid. What the hell do you call this? A cursory glance of the attached documents revealed them to indeed be from an actual suit that Holly had filed, which definitely caught me off guard. But upon reading the facts of the case, it was nothing like how they had framed it. The nature of this case is in regards to copyright, not defamation, and it turned out to actually be quite a useful insight for their...
Hang on. Brian, if you're watching this, which by the looks of it you are, you try to copyright sue him. For what? Mentioning your name? What are you, a trillionaire? Sad fuck, Jesus Christ.
Historical revisionism. One of the unanswered questions in the first video was in regards to why they were so adamant on denying that Brian owned the channel. Brian claimed that he'd only been the manager, and it was actually created by his wife, Holly.
What does she do on YouTube?
Brian, I'm just going to stop you right there. This Brian Martin who we're watching, and the Brian Martin who's most probably shitposting on the comments. We can see through your fucking lies. We know it's you. You're not fooling anyone for a second. And if you are writing in my comment section spamming curse words at me, congratulations, you're playing yourself. Guess what? You're making me laugh. I'm imagining all the comments right now filled with curse words, saying how I'm infringing on your technical rights. I don't give a flying fuck. I could not care less.
The owner of Futuristicub.
Is she now?
Yes.
When did she become the owner of Futuristichub?
She's always been the owner of Futuristicub.
Oh, hang on.
20 years.
That what? Despite an overwhelming back catalog of evidence suggesting otherwise. I posited that it could have been due to Brian's previous lifetime bans from the site, but if that were the case, he likely would have done this years ago. His defensiveness from this claim is a new phenomenon. It also gave little explanation to the creation of their secret alternative account, Wildcraft, which they used to have mental breakdowns against those who didn't believe them. Well, all of this suddenly made sense upon revelations from within the lawsuit. YouTube is Brian's main source of income, generating him thousands of dollars a month in ad revenue. Despite this, Brian refused to pay the plaintiff.
Oh my god, you're... Okay, so he lives in his mum's basement. He hasn't been able to get a job, partly because nobody wants to hire this fuckwit. And if he loses monetization, there goes his money. And he has a full gaming set. Oh my god. What are you gonna do? Threaten to stab me, you fuckface? Jesus.
Of the video game's case. As a result, a turnover order was filed to confiscate both the Futuristichub channel as well as the one titled Creamworks Animations. It must have been executed sometime around December.
He's got 3 alternate accounts which are all verified because he most probably paid fucking money to have that tick because he feels sad. Also, Brian Martian alien thing. I partly said that because there's Martians there. If you think I feel threatened by your subscriber count, boo-hoo. What, do you want a medal? Honestly, I don't... Guys who've been watching my channel for a while and you know that know me well enough, you know my famous motto. I don't give a flying fuck about views, click rate, subscriber count, nor monetization. I just am happy that my videos are out there. And if Brian, you're about to say in the comment, how would you feel if your YouTube channel was taken down? Go ahead. I am not scared. You inflict the same amount of fear as a 5-year-old with a stick that is less than its hand, less small. I can't speak because I'm getting het up. You inflict the same amount of fear that I have when I see a 5-year-old holding a stick that's about the same length as his hand. Zero fear. I could literally not care less.
Of 2020, is that's when the channels stopped uploading simultaneously. Less than a month later, a video was uploaded to a channel called Futuristicubs, in which Brian begs his audience to follow him to the Wildcraft.
3.94k subscribers, non-verified. How much do we want to bet that he... How much do I want to bet that all of these are bot account? The subscribers are bots. Million? 100 million? Somewhere around there. Billion.
Channel.
Hey everyone, it's me, Steve. And guess what?
Hey everyone, it's me! Fuck Nugget! Do you like my crackhead hair?
We're moving to a new home.
Yeah, it's called a sex dungeon where we abuse you for 5 minutes.
Come join me and my friends over at Wildcraft.
That is a horrifying Sonic. I hope bloody... Sega... no, not Sega. Maybe? Yeah? No? Hang on. What? Yeah.
For some more amazing adventures. Catchy name, huh?
This image in a nutshell, everyone. This is the image I'm going for when I see Crackheads. This is mentally disorientating.
Complying with the court's orders, YouTube allegedly took $300,000 of revenue from the channel's AdSense and deposited it into the registry of the court. That is what Holly's lawsuit is actually about. It's all a Hail Mary to get their source of income back. Their legal argument is that Holly has been operating the channel for the past 10 years.
He's using Zoom. I know that it's Zoom because at school I have to we have to use Zoom, even though I said many times that Discord is much more effective.
Infamous Minecraft sex videos, which she was adamant on specifying to me that she had created. She claimed...
Apparently that's what people use against me. Surely a 13-year-old girl wouldn't make that stuff and it... Hang on, what? Apparently that's what people use against me, that surely a 13-year-old girl wouldn't make that stuff and it has to be some... I don't see why it's so hard to believe that I can't animate my stuff and Brian is no more than a voice artist for most stuffs. It's so annoying I'm not given the credit I deserve. I really worked... You worked hard for what? Making fucking Minecraft sex? Nobody gives a flying fuck, mate. Jesus. I'm... Mate, you should be one of the 8th wonders of the world. You should be put in a cage and the label on the cage should be said, one of the biggest fuck nuggets in the world. Gore can stare at his fucking weirdness. If I was lying, then I wouldn't be suing. Is that how you spell? Yeah, that is how you spell suing.
Claims to have created the channel while...
Congratulations, you don't suck at grammar anymore. Where do you go? Back to school eventually?
She was 13, and that Brian was simply a special person in her life who sometimes voiced character.
Are you hinting at the fact that you're friends with a 13-year-old because you can't get friends your same age? One, ill. Second, that's an image that is never going to leave my head because you fucking traumatized me. Ugh.
Let's ignore the years of evidence of Brian claiming credit over the channel, including once while under oath. Let's even ignore the several public instances of Holly referring to Brian as a separate individual on a separate channel. The Wildcraft channel was not created specifically for Brian to use. In fact, Holly had been using it before she'd even met him. And what's interesting is that she does create animations herself, which is likely why they feel so confident in their fabrications. It probably looks good if...
I'm sorry, but Holly... God, go take an animating class. That was so fucking... Jesus Christ, even I suck at animating. I know that firsthand. There's an animation video on my channel that you're welcome to go look at and cuss at because you're fucking wankers. I do not care. Jesus Christ, go take an animating class. I already have. I found out that animating is not for me. So that's why I don't do animating as much as I used to.
Face value, especially when presented in front of out-of-touch.
Oh, that's why it was
However,
so shit.
Apart from obvious quality differences, Holly has publicly stated that she uses a software known as Minimator. It is simply impossible to create the videos seen on Futuristichub using that program due to how primitive it is. She would have to be using Source Filmmaker, which is the program that Brian uses. This case is actually yet to be resolved in the courts, though given that they're suing the same individuals who won the video game suit, I'm willing to believe the defendant's lawyers are not incompetent. I'm certain they're going to pick up these discrepancies and present them in court. Regardless, it's worth pointing out that none of this has anything to do with defamation, so the threats to add me and other YouTubers to the case make absolutely no sense. Brandon Talks is a YouTuber from a long time past. He's someone who was acquaintances with Brian in his early days on the site, his life in a tent. 2 days after the release of my video, Brian agreed to appear on Brandon's podcast, which I was eagerly anticipating, as he declined my own request for an interview. However, the following morning, I was informed that Brian had backed out and claimed he'd be telling the court that I'd been instructed to make the video in order to harass him. You and Brandon are feeding bullshit to that kid who just made that video. Do you want a channel anymore? I took down so many channels, I can't even fucking count it. Fuck you, faggot-ass piece of shit.
Okay, if you've taken down so many YouTube channels, can you do me a favour? Name 7. I will wait for your comment down below for you to be an asshole and brag how many YouTube channels you've taken down because you're fragile, so... Your ego is so fucking fragile, a 13-year-old can take it down. Jesus.
Yeah, this is an accusation made by the Wildcraft Twitter and the messages as well, claiming I am harassing them, and once again threatening me with a lawsuit. To put it simply, I'm not afraid of them. He's threatened critics with the same song and dance over and...
Turkey Tom, you and I are not the only ones terrified of this Crackhead. Anyone in my audience, if you're scared of him, write down in the comment section below. This guy's a fucking clown. Remember that guy Verlas who threatened to beat me up because apparently, whatever the reason his hate towards me was, because I don't know. What happened to that guy? He got his ass beaten by Satan. Satan clapped him. And Brian, don't think that I'm afraid to not clap you back as well, because I will send you back to Stone Age. Stonehenge? I meant back to the Stone Age, not Stone. My grammar. Hang on. Yeah, I will. I just need to finish a video. Everyone, I was just making sure that there were no threats in my fucking No. What? No. I don't know.
Over again, and there's never any follow-up to it. So, it's bullshit. What is not
bullshit
is the fact that Futuristichub seems to have a very easy time getting videos taken down. A few people have speculated that Brian has some kind of contact at YouTube, which makes it easier for him to get critical videos removed. This was even alluded to in my conversation with a Wildcraft account. If I had to guess, this is due to Brian's decade...
Oh, no. You have one of your mates working at YouTube, and that allows you to take down videos easily. And you want to know what I don't care about? Your life, because it is worthless. I will openly insult you, Brian, even if it kills me. I do not care.
Despite the fact that his complaints are obviously fraudulent, given they reference videos containing only already public information, which he posted. YouTube ignores this and takes down videos regardless, and when the system fails, little can be done other than get upset at them on Twitter to try and get their attention, a process which has been extremely hit or miss in the past. One of the last messages I got from the account was tauntingly stating that I didn't have to worry about my address or name being leaked, because Brian already had it. He was explicitly threatening me with my docs, an attempt to scare me, something which I knew he wasn't above doing in the past. It does beg the question though, did he actually have my personal information? At first, I presumed the worst, but then I started to realize a few interesting details. Towards the beginning of our messages, he refers to me as Edwin, and at a later point, he claims that my surname is Berg. Well, my name is not Edwin, and my last name certainly is not Berg. So why was he referring to me as such? Well, it starts to add up when you look at my Twitter handle. On Twitter, I use the handle of a somewhat forgotten creator known as Zaptai, which has often led to a lot of confusion, even among creators like Leafy. Watch my video about it. Well, at the end of one of his videos, Zaptai credits himself by his real name, Edwin Berg. Brian Martin thinks that I'm Zaptai. I don't really have much else to say other than that. It's pretty funny. It shows his incompetence, and I hope it doesn't force Edwin to come out of retirement early. Sorry about that, man. Shortly after the video was released, Kiwi Farms also began talking about Brian. A thread was started to follow the aforementioned lawsuit as they sifted through the various documents Holly posted to...
Also, Futuristichub, if you start writing in the comment section that you know my real life name, good for you. Everyone who knows my channel, watches my videos, They know my name. What do you want, a medal? I really could not care.
Twitter. One of the more curious developments was when a new user called Orion666 began commenting on the
Oh, come on, you
He
couldn't have
left
got
an extremely
69.
long response, the length of an actual college paper, adamantly defending Holly as not the owner of the channel. It was obviously speculated in the replies that this was just Brian, and they teased him for it. But is there any validity to this claim?
Are you using Tyler One's face to protect yourself? Also, I love the fact that he made a claim saying that Holly is autistic. Yeah, no, she isn't. Guarantee you she isn't. Guaranteed. Maybe she is. What do I know? I'm just some 16-year-old who knows nothing about this until an hour ago. I knew absolutely nothing. Hey, I have ADHD and autism. Life's a struggle, but even I know when people are being retards.
Definitely seems like something that he would do, and some of the things this poster says absolutely seem out of place for someone who's just a casual supporter of the couple. For example, in one post, they claim that it makes more sense for Holly to have run the channel because she's autistic. Holly said publicly she is autistic, so I'm not going to poke fun at that because that is wrong. But the work Holly does...
Guess what? I am autistic and I have ADHD, and guess what? I can take the piss out of you all I want. Fucking autism copycat fuck. My insult got halfway dragged underwater by everything. What I meant to say was, you're a faker and nobody cares that you're autistic. Just because you're autistic doesn't mean you get i.e. get to insult people for free card, okay? That's not what having a disability means. It means you generally struggle with shit. Jesus.
Looks exactly like what a young autistic person would make. I also think it's not far-fetched that Hollywood...
So, I'm autistic, and apparently I would make this sort of shit. Sounds like bullshit.
make Minecraft sexual content when she was a teen and think it's funny because she's autistic, and that's normal for them. The poster also says that they have faith in her lawyers for some reason. Props to my video, but stating everything about Holly was incorrect. I am confident that her lawyer has actual evidence to Holly's claims, and that is why her lawyer and Holly filed a huge lawsuit and sued Google and YouTube. Did you see the lawsuit? That's a risk, and I don't think Holly and her lawyer would risk their lives against Google if the facts of their side were not true. In conclusion, I think Jerky Tom and his video was good on Brian's side, but when talking about Holly, who is the owner of her Minecraft animation channel Futuristichub, I think it is wrong to assume anything until the case is done. Calling Holly a puppet is extraordinarily irresponsible of you. She has rights just like you, and just like me.
I have a shit memory, but when I watch a video explaining how somebody's a retard, I generally don't forget details. Turkey Tom never once said that she was a puppet. Maybe I'm just an idiot and I forgot saying it because my brain's shit. My editor will be able to help me with that if I am generally a crackhead. But I'm pretty sure he never said that. So where is this vague statement coming from? Yeah.
I'm convinced that Holly is the owner and that she and her lawyer will ultimately win these cases.
Also, no, if you're a retard, openly... If you're dating somebody like a crackhead like Brian Martin, you have no rights in my opinion. You're a moron. You don't deserve to even be a person. That insult made sense because I am grammar.
It all just seems strange for someone on the outside to say, doesn't it? They almost read as legal defenses and justifications for glaring discrepancies in their story. This person also seems to know who Holly's lawyer is, and explicitly praises him for being a professor at Harvard Law. They know the inner workings of that which is yet to be concluded, and received little to no media attention prior. Hell, some of what they said is extremely similar to what they said to me in private.
If I was a liar, then why did I sue Google? Please, why would I risk my life to sue Google and YouTube? If I go to Google right now and I searched it up, guaranteed there would be no such thing. Well, there would most probably be like several other scenarios where some retard tried doing it because they felt unfair. Like some guy tried suing OnlyFans because he couldn't stop jerking off at some people will try and sue shit for no reason. If I was a liar, then why did I sue Google? You didn't. You're just saying that so you feel intimidating. Please, why would I risk my life to sue Google and YouTube along with these people in Brian's case? You didn't sue them. You're just saying that so you sound fair. It's fair? So you sound... I can grammar. You're just saying that so you get taken seriously and not get looked at like a clown you are.
Due to their compliance with the turnover order, Google and YouTube were added to the case as defendants, citing violations of property rights. Both the Wildcraft account and the Kiwi Farms poster reference the company's involvement as if it adds validity to their case, reasoning that they wouldn't sue a company as big as Google if they weren't certain that they would win. If this isn't Brian or Holly, then it must be someone who uses the exact...
Hang on, we all saw that deformed thing, right? Is that Brian and Holly's is that supposed to be like a recreation of what they look like? Because whoever made this, bravo, you caught Brian and Holly in pure 4K HD. Well done, bravo. Oh wait, that's them? Oh, shit. Well, you just made yourselves look like even bigger retards.
Same arguments as them, and
look,
those intricate details of the case.
We got the
so
obvious...
It's probably Brian. That about covers it for the developments that directly followed my video. Brian continues to ensure his history of public outbursts, frivolous litigation, and threats will not end anytime soon, despite how harrowing it must be knowing that he will likely be in debt for the rest of his life. But if you'll recall, I ended the last video revealing that I'd only discussed a portion of Brian's past, revealing that throughout all of this, he's had a sibling responsible for many of the same crimes that Brian has done. Well, it's about time that that story is told.
I am a girl. I own and run it. Nobody cares if you're a girl. What do you want? A simp army? Fucking hell.
Kevin Martin, Futuristichub's twin brother.
Internet twin sanity.
It may seem bizarre that up until this point, Kevin's name has escaped the narrative. That's because the two grew apart as Brian further entrenched himself in YouTube drama. However, prior to that, they'd more or less been partners in crime, taking part in various business ventures together. Most of the community's first exposure to Kevin was while investigating the cash gift scam covered in the previous video. One of Brian's sites advertising the scheme dubbed them as the Cash Gifting Twins, with its contact page once embedding photos of the snake oil siblings. But very few people bothered to investigate him any further due to his sheer lack of a presence. And what they missed is that Kevin's behavior in other communities was near identical to that of his brothers. While Brian found his niche in YouTube content creation, fighting to rein the algorithm and intimidate its direction, Kevin decided to seek control in a field far more worldly. Kevin attempted to dominate the weather. While nowadays, sites attempt to regulate the spread of misinformation using algorithms, back in the day, the internet was a wild west. It was often difficult to discern the truth from fiction, as misinformation was presented as fact and vice versa. This is a perfect segue into Kevin's career as a weatherman. Launched in 2001, Kevin became notorious for managing what he reported to be a forecasting site called the Ontario Weather Service. Despite having no legitimate background in the field, of which a degree requires a minimum of 4 years in secondary education, he titled himself the organization's senior meteorologist.
But right now I want to turn your attention to the Santa Ana wind event. Now if you're in the Los Angeles and Orange County coastal areas and basin, blah blah, you won't see any winds. It's the Santa Ana winds.
Using his own personal methodology, Kevin would publish readings of weather he expected to fall upon the California residents, which ranged from upcoming storms to chemtrails. Yes, he prided himself on being one of the only meteorologists to believe chemtrails existed. He expanded his endeavor with additional sites, such as the Southern California Weather Authority and the Weather Space. For someone claiming to be an authority, there surely must be some insight to his technique. Unfortunately, no one knows exactly what his methodology is. In fact, on his Facebook page dedicated specifically to chemtrails, he
What 3 words? Can you please shut up?
demands people asking just that. Writing, do not ask how. We keep our algorithms to the project. We provide the image and reserve the right to not publicly disclose our core of the project.
Let me write in subtitles for what he meant. Do not know. We really do not know what we are using. We are just getting random pictures off the internet to try and prove some sort of slight variation of fact. Which is bullshit because we are retards. There you go.
As you may expect, Kevin's efforts also entailed a healthy dose of antagonizing the government. Kevin held great contempt for the HAARP, a United States military project dedicated to analyzing the atmosphere for the purpose of communication and surveillance. Kevin speculated, however, that the true purpose of HAARP was to control the weather around the world, often noting on his website his suspicions of unnaturally large storms, instead being the result of the U.S. military. This included his positing that 2012's Hurricane Sandy had been made by the government. In 2007...
Oh, we got one of those government conspiracy whack jobs. Oh, for fuck's sake. One of them turns into a retard. Dates a girl that loves showing off her chest and being a hoe. Splits up with her and divorces some hoe who also makes Minecraft pornography on YouTube. And his brother is a government conspiracy saying that weather is created. Oh my god.
Even wrote on a local forum that he would be declaring war on the National Weather Service. We are sick of the National Weather Service missing forecasts. We will issue warnings / watches / advisories when we see it. We will not listen to anyone that tells us not to, even if the government gets in the way. This will be the biggest story in meteorological history. We are against them, and we are putting our foot down for the last time. We would like a news story on this. I will come down and do one if possible. We will not stop until we show the public the right and true forecast for them. We are here for the people, not a paycheck.
Well, if your broadcast is so correct, then I guarantee nobody will be getting electrocuted and getting sent to hospital. If this isn't the case, then you would have no reason to fear of getting bills sent directly to your house.
NWS. I am serious when I say this. We will not stand for the NWS offices.
Then why stand at all, sir? When you can just sit your ass fucking down.
Anymore. 4 years later, he would become so prolific amongst the community that the National Weather Service would have to issue a public statement disavowing his alternative forecasts. Being so notorious that the government has to issue a warning about you is no easy feat, especially in a field you would expect to be free of such petty drama. It leads one to wonder what exactly led him to be so infamous. Well, it turns out the journey to that point.
Both of these Brian and Kevin, here's their backstory from what I can vaguely assume is some sort of truth. Their mother dropped them off at the doorstep, and before leaving, she then held them for one last time, slipped, and, well, she didn't slip. She didn't grab her children correctly, dropped them so that they had permanent brain damage. Then she proceeded to run away after she realised that, oh no, my kids are going to turn into crackheads. Oh, well, peace out. Ran off, and then the people that actually had to take care of these nut jobs then proceeded to want to kill themselves because of their crackheadedness. This is all just a joke, and if anyone takes it seriously, for God's sake, mate.
Is filled with a lot of rocky waters. In the summer of 2010, an anonymous blog was created, dedicated entirely to exposing Kevin's fraudulent activity and bizarre behavior.
He's a retard!
On the site was published on the 1st of August and reads, self-proclaimed meteorologist Kevin Martin is known to most as a person they believe to be a complete mental case. He is well known for his fraudulent weather website.
When people say mental case, do they mean this guy's a complete whack job? Or am I just... I don't know.
Where he pretends that he is a storm chaser, but in fact he is simply a nasty little plagiarizing weather content and weather theory stealing photo thief. Most of his forum accounts you will find have been banned, locked out, or in many cases removed, because they always ended the same way. He has threatened to kill nearly anyone who has ever called him out on his plagiarism, theft, and other actions, and then, after a while, self-proclaimed meteorologist Kevin Martin claims he was just mentally ill or off his meds.
Yeah, guess what? Whenever I'm off my meds, I turn into a crackhead. I'm joking. I turn into... I'm a little cranky, bit tired. But that's because I'm off my meds. It doesn't make me want to try and threaten to kill people. Say, well, fuck when?
Everywhere that self-proclaimed meteorologist Kevin Martin goes on the internet, he leaves such a trail of forum destruction and some terror. If you want to know the truth about this plagiaristic terrorist, also known
we're calling him a terrorist.
Meteorologist Kevin Martin, then
right, if they're gonna call him a terrorist, I'm gonna come out with my terrorist joke. Go back to the Pakistan, you terrorist fuck. Wait, how's he a terrorist if he... I'm not even going to act confused. I'm not going to let Brian try and infect me with his stupidity. I don't want to fall for it.
Be sure to stay tuned. It seems that although his method of forecast is a mystery, his handling of critics remains very familiar. They allege that under pressure, Kevin will use a plethora of alt accounts to defend himself in the third person, before threatening to snap the neck of his opposite.
It's like any tryhard that you fight on GTA 5. If you block their main account, they'll go on an alternate account just to message you. It is sad. This is what those tryhards would do in real life if they actually stopped being such sad idiots and actually got a job. Although these guys don't have jobs, so I don't know who's worse, tryhards or these fuckwits. Tryhards most probably, because they actually do something with their life.
The next day, the author detailed an incident in which Kevin was caught literally stealing the thunder of another storm chaser. Upon confrontation, he decided to publish a hit piece about the person who approached him, claiming them to be a storm chaser bully. The article was supposedly written by an employee named Cameron Venable. Kevin then began commenting on his own article using the names of actual established meteorologists to bolster his credibility. While claiming to be Danny Neal, he writes, "I have been chasing for many years now, and Kevin has been the greatest help for me with his forecasting skills."
Nice alternate account, idiot.
With his forecasting skills. We didn't always see eye to eye, but he turned out to be a great guy. Kevin is one of the smartest people I've known in forecasting storms. His long range and hurricane forecasting is unbeatable. My fellow chasers just do not get the hint to leave.
You actually concern me, mate. Like, your ego is that so fragile of your brother. This is sad to watch. I actually feel sad.
Upon reading these posts, the actual Danny Neal was not pleased. He contacted Kevin through his Facebook account, asking him to remove the comments left under his name. But, rather than comply, Kevin instead responded with a multi-paragraph unhinged rant, declaring war on the entire community. "Your name will not be removed. I didn't even put it there, and I will not be removing it. Take this formal letter to the Chaser community."
I didn't even put it there, and I will not be removing it. Great way to break logic. It's definitely not you who... I will not be removing it. And you said, just like literally, not even a sentence, I didn't put it there. And I will not be... Are you fucking... Take this formal letter, go to the Chaser community, and...
And don't give me that cease and desist garbage. I don't listen to shits like you that talk like that. He goes on to state that because of the blog's established documenting of his vacation.
Hey, it's Johnny Depp. If Johnny Depp was a retard, crackhead / threatening moron. And also, I know that there was that argument about Johnny Depp beating his wife. We all know that that was bullshit. Come on. Like, I'm not saying, however, that not every actor, famous actor, doesn't beat his or her partner, because that is just untrue. It is possible that that happens. But in this case, Johnny Depp was actually a good person. I seriously need to play this because I'm getting such massive Johnny Depp vibes.
Against them all, reasoning that he couldn't do anything legally due to the First Amendment. He avowed to do whatever he could to put the entire community in danger. The entire Chaser community is in danger. Their work will be taken, sold, profited, what have you. Justice will be served, and if these sites are not taken down, this war will only get worse. I am in a direct war against the Chaser community, and half of you are lucky that I do not live out there, or I'd take this with fists and beatdowns into the field. And trust me, a guy like me, you don't mess with. So this is a direct war.
I'm sorry, are you trying to compensate for your very tiny ball sack? Everyone in the world could most probably beat you up. I'm not even joking, you are a shit show, mate.
on the chaser community. If you do not want any part of this war, please email me and please your case on why you should not be a target. A chaser wrote that these two blogs and chasers are a family, and chasers will pay for what I've lost. Money and sanity over the years because of this. You don't screw with the mind of a mentally such as myself. This is dangerous to both the offenders.
Did he just admit that he has mental disorders? He's just called himself a retard. What a fucking idiot.
And to myself. You do not play with a loaded gun, because in the end, that gun will fire back at you. Take this now. Take it and spread the word to all.
That's not how guns work. You do not just play with a loaded gun, because in the end, that gun will fire back at you. Unless you're pointing the gun towards your face, that's the only way a gun will kill you. If you're pointing it away from you, it will fire away. Retardation at its finest, ladies and gentlemen.
All chasers. This is war. In response, Danny wrote, "Go fuck yourself, Kevin. You have 24 hours. I am not involved with that. I don't care. You used my name. Illegal impersonation charges will be filed. I bet you had no idea I was a government employee, did you?" To which Kevin replied, "Okay, Danny, I do respect where you're coming from. Can you prove you work for the government? If so, I will remove it." Not. Lol. The conversation goes back and forth for a while, ending with Danny continuing to threaten legal action and Kevin explaining, "I am the great, known, powerful Kevin Martin. Know that name well.
I am a retard that still lives in my mother's basement, and I have mental trauma that nobody ever will understand because I am a fuckwit." There you go, subtitles for what he said.
It'll haunt you for the rest of your pathetic life." Kevin would indeed make waves throughout the community when he was caught flat out fabricating materials for the site. In 2010, Kevin created images and a video of a supposed UFO spiral, initially claiming to have been witnessed in Canada. After being thoroughly debunked, Martin attempted to save face, claiming a reporter named Betty Morgan had accidentally posted graphic test files. When even this didn't help him to save face, he then told an entirely different story, in which he supposedly engineered the hoax to gauge the most gullible demographics. Eventually, his final response was to claim that he had indeed seen a UFO, but he was advised to not speak of it.
Now, an interesting thing on the story is that Martin retracted. He's saying he was told to keep quiet by an unknown visitor to his residence yesterday afternoon, and that he no longer wanted to be included in this UFO sighting over Western Canada.
The blatant falsification and subsequent ass covering leads one to question just how genuine his convictions of chemtrails and other intuitive forecasting are. And that line of questioning can be taken even further. Given his propensity for lying, there's much debate over whether or not Kevin's employees ever even existed. Names such as Cameron, Betty, and Scott are regarded as little more than pseudonyms for the serial impersonator. However, we can be sure of at least one individual being real. That is a teenager named Ricky Lukacs, who he'd brought onto his project as a lead forecaster. In 2009, Ricky was charged with 10 counts of arson after allegedly having started large wildfires in his local area. Kevin attempted to defend his employee, claiming that he had sent them to those fires in order to take photographs. He told law enforcement that he just reports weather and is really obsessed with taking pictures of weather. As the trial continued, however, the teen eventually confessed to having ignited the flames. Following his declaration of war against everyone else in the field, as well as his antagonization of government-employed individuals, it's perhaps no longer surprising that it took only a year after the blog was launched for the National Weather Service to issue a statement regarding his activity. They said, "The National Weather Service has no association with the Southern California Authority or with Mr. Kevin Martin or any other staff of the Southern California Weather Authority. Department of Commerce security officials have advised the National Weather Service to disassociate the organization and immediately cease any professional contacts with Mr. Kevin Martin and his web pages and social media applications. The reason for the prohibited access involves both physical security for the NWS and our employees and public safety considerations. Mr. Martin's previous web postings have been interpreted by federal authorities as threatening. In spite of their warning and active attempts to disassociate with Kevin, this did little to stop him. He not only continued operating his sites in the years following, but the drama surrounding him actually escalated as he continued waging war against the chaser community. It only gets worse from here. And really, it was definitely not helped by, and instead definitely worsened by the re-involvement of Brian into his various schemes. It really does take two. While I've so far covered their lives separately, the online presences of Kevin and Brian Martin have been intertwined since the turn of the millennium. The weather space may be Kevin's website, but whenever he got into trouble, his brother was always there to help him out, and vice versa. As mentioned in the last video, Brian's channel Life in a Tent was terminated from YouTube due to several severe violations of the community guidelines. His misleading videos were wreaking havoc on people's recommended pages. He and his girlfriend were threatening fellow creators, and evidence has resurfaced showing Brian has intentionally manipulated site metrics. Actions being taken against the two were inevitable, but that didn't make it easier for them to accept when it happened. In a now deleted video, Kevin went so far as to make direct threats to the company for deleting his brother's channel.
You know, my face is right here, and you're going to see my face very shortly, in fact. Next week, if you do not give exactly why you terminated him, I and him, especially me, will be showing up at your office in Palo Alto. You realize how pissed off I am,
and you realise how sad you look. Like, the quality of your video is so sad, it's unbelievable. And you might say that this is early 2010, but I do not give a shit. If your quality is that shit, you are shit. So is your brother, so is his girlfriend that he dated, who showed off her chest because she was a hoe. So is the wife he is still married to, in fact. I do not give a shit. Anyone related to the sad hoes are sad and need to go to the loony bin.
realize exactly what I will do to you if you do not get rid, first and foremost, get rid of the slander blogs and even tell us what happened.
Their arguments with weather organizations were just the beginning, and this propensity for threats eventually also got them into some serious legal trouble. In 2014, Kevin received coverage from Gawker in an article that detailed his eccentric lifestyle. But his questionable occupation was not their primary focus. Instead, their attention was snagged by the tantrum he'd thrown after a series of social media terminations. His organization's Facebook pages, as well as the accounts of those administering it, were all deleted. With all of these accounts having a cumulative of 100,000 likes, Brian was furious, demanding that they be reinstated for a refund of all the money he'd paid to have them promoted. As he'd done many times before, Kevin then began threatening Facebook, stating that he would personally travel to their head offices in order to confront them about their deletion. Of course, most took this as an empty threat. The prospect of traveling to the company's headquarters seemed unimaginable to the rational mind. But Kevin is not a rational person, and against all expectations, he actually followed through. Naturally, things didn't go as planned. While the exact details of the confrontation were lost to time, a few key events are known. Upon arriving at the headquarters, Kevin was removed from the building by local police, who had been warned that he was plotting an attack. Undeterred, following his physical removal from the campus, he stood outside the building with a megaphone and screamed at them. But companies weren't the only people that the twins wanted to threaten with submission. Facebook is obvious.
So the weatherman who's mentally unstable looks like Johnny Depp's evil twin brother. That's not a compliment. That's it. That's an insult. And the one on the right is the main twat that we've been watching, who also looks like a crackhead. Also, Brian Martin, good picture. Shows you how mentally unstable you are. The fact that the one on the left looks very similar to Johnny Depp is kind of concerning.
An unrealistic target. So how about the individual people who didn't agree with their antics? Aaron Tuttle is a meteorologist residing in Oklahoma City. Being fully aware of the existence of Kevin Martin, he called him a nutjob and a fake meteorologist who merely pretended to be a professional. In exchange, Brian decided to create a fake website calling Aaron a child molester. When the Rational Wiki attempted to document some of what...
Did you just... He just called a respected man a child toucher. Okay. So they are not afraid to throw the kid insults around.
He attempted to pressure the website into taking it down, including making threats that they will slander them. If this is not taken care of, we will put out an article with libelous stuff about it on your company, including hosting child pornography. We are connected to Google News at theweatherspace.com,
no, you're not.
And we will most certainly make your site a living nightmare for not listening to us. You are to remove what we tell you. And I am the CEO of the company, and I have that power to publish a libelous article about your site. We will accuse all staff members of child pornography, and it will go on the top search engines for your site. We will further encourage all to not associate and or donate to your site. Do you really want to start a war with me, son? When they didn't remove the article, Kevin created a page on his website, weatherspace.com, where he hosted a fake article about the admin being investigated for possession of CP. So, you fucked up. I told you to remove the page Kevin Martin. If it is not removed, this will not be removed. In 10 minutes, it will be on Google searches and Google News. Do the right thing or I'll destroy you. Is it worth it? No, it shouldn't be if I'm going to destroy you. The author of the aforementioned Gawker article was responsible for a large amount of coverage at the time about Kevin's various escapades. As a result, he also includes an account of his own experiences with the brothers, showcasing threats Brian had sent him in an attempt to intimidate him from talking about Kevin any further. Read my comment, you stupid motherfucker. If you don't want to get fucked up, I suggest you never defame.
That picture of Brian on the right, just, it shows you how mentally fucked he is in the head. I'm not going to say what I was originally thinking, because I got in a lot of trouble at school for saying that somebody looked like someone dodgy for a reason. And to be honest, that was kind of, I was kind of in the wrong to, and I'm kind of glad that I did get told off for what I said at school, because that was quite screwed up what I said. But God, if I could ever say it, I really would right now.
Kevin's character again.
And you know it's bad if I haven't said it.
To have him fired by emailing Gawker's legal department, claiming the article had been plagiarized from him. Their lawyers called his bluff, to which he left the following message in their voicemail. You're such a fucking bitch. Fucking cunt. I don't even know. I would call you...
You're such a fucking bitch. Hold for dramatic pause. Fucking cunt. Jesus Christ. I could call you every fucking name in the book. Every, including the N-word, which last time I checked, you don't have the E-pos for.
Every fucking name in the book. Yeah, this is Kevin again. I'm gonna let you know that what you sent, that says you're not wrong in any way, in any facts, no. You guys will fucking remove scam. You'll fucking remove fraud. And you'll fucking remove the hoax bullshit. You
How about no?
Remove that shit, or you're gonna have me on your fucking ass. You got me? This was all...
Have me on your fucking... Are you gay? I don't have a problem against gay people, but are you gay? You're generally concerning the word gay.
Also in line with his other threats to journalists, such as, all of the staff at Weatherbrains are in mortal danger. You don't just pick on people and think you can breathe. But by far the biggest target of these threats was his oldest enemy, the National Weather Service. Following their issuing of public disavowal, Kevin attempted to file handwritten litigation against them, to no avail. Enraged, he began using a variety of stock accounts to threaten their San Diego office and its employees. This included drawing crosshairs over photos of their office, with ominous captions such as endanger the public and I endanger you. These threats were swiftly reported to law enforcement, who began investigating his threats against the agency. They found them of reasonable enough concern to send 2 FBI agents to visit Kevin, who had Brian film the interaction and post it online.
You're going to be recorded. Okay. You want to come on our property? Stay out here.
Actually, I'd like to talk to you, but I prefer not to be videotaped.
No, you're going to be videotaped. You're on my property.
Yeah.
That's my right.
All right. Sorry. Well, then you want to go to my office and talk?
I'm going to go to your office and talk. Either you're going to come inside or you're going to get videotaped.
He has rights.
Yeah,
he didn't do anything wrong.
Exactly why you're here.
All right, why am I here?
Because...
And we have a thing called a warrant or something. I don't know. I'm not American. I don't look at legal terms like some fucking nut job.
What happened on the Facebook page? I know exactly, and I know I didn't say anything incriminating at all.
It shouldn't even need to be said at this point, but these are clearly the actions of an extremely unstable individual, which, given the actions of his brother, I suppose this was all somewhat predictable. And that is really where Kevin's story ends, with his antics calming down over the years. He did make the news 2 years ago, though not for anything he did himself. He was reportedly beaten for his striking resemblance to a police sketch of a local child. Look like.
Oh, fuck. That is the worst type of luck. My God. Ouch. Damn, son. That is the worst way to get... Damn. I wonder if the cops on scene just looked at Kevin and just went like, fuck. This man got beaten. Oh, fuck.
After being messaged by followers, recounting them stating, Kevin, that looks exactly like you. The incident took place less than a mile away from his house, making him extremely concerned over the growing confusion. He called law enforcement, causing 2 detectives to visit his house and question him. He was conclusively ruled out as a suspect, though unfortunately it seems this did not save him from the beating. And in spite of everything, that does suck, and I do feel sorry for him.
I don't.
With a somewhat somber end note for Kevin, perhaps it's time to shift focus back to where this all began. Brian Martin and his conspiracy to obfuscate the origins of Futuristichub. So far, I've covered his attempts to pin his degenerate animations on his partner and subsequent legal filings. But there's an entirely different angle to this ordeal, which we have yet to discuss at all, in which Brian's antics have possibly led to a corporation being blacklisted by YouTube entirely. The first lead in this case comes from a comment by a Kiwi user. They claim to have once been an insider to the YouTube industry, and thus are well aware of Brian Martin. They state that everyone he knew seemed to have a personal horror story with the guy, which isn't surprising. What was surprising, however, was the allegation which they would go on to make. On the same note, the amount he cares about not being Brian Martin / Life in a Tent is heavily derived from how he thinks you feel about Life in a Tent. YouTube's lawyer said it relatively plainly in the affidavit from the Freedom Network, whose relationship with YouTube was terminated over this affair. Whether Freedom believed the Holly facade is utterly irrelevant. I have seen the way he reached out to other MCNs, and can tell that it was a reasonably obvious LARP, but they probably assumed he was LARPing for taxes or something. The business conversations I have seen of the Holly fiction essentially match the public ED ones of the Vince character. I do not think Holly was involved with any of the dodgy YouTube dealings. Supposedly, Brian managed to get an entire YouTube-related business shut down, which, frankly, if true, is entirely out of left field. But how could he have even accomplished this? And what exactly is the Freedom Network? Freedom MCN is, or was, a multi-channel network. In the past, these types of businesses garnered a negative reputation for effectively being parasites, not providing much to the creators that they signed while taking a massive cut from their ad revenue. However, that's not especially relevant, as Freedom seems to have maintained one of the better standing reputations amongst its peers. In fact, it's actually one of the few that's managed to stick around since the platform's partner program began. On March 5th, YouTube announced both publicly and through emails that it would no longer be working with Freedom MCN. They terminated their partnership with the network, citing multiple severe violations of YouTube's terms of service. Given their long-standing business relationship and reputable status, what could Freedom have done to be punished so severely? Well, it turns out that the answer to that can be found in the court documents from Holly's case, as previously referenced in the Kiwi post. I mentioned before that in late 2020, the Futuristichub account was confiscated following a turnover order. Investigating the channel a little further will reveal that many of its videos are not available to be watched. Their pages instead give notice that the videos are being claimed by Moss v. Martin. Well, according to the suit, the channel was transferred to the Freedom Network in 2019. According to a court video from the time, Brian and Holly's lawyer makes an interesting statement. He says that they received an affidavit from the man who ran Freedom after its termination by Google. He states that Freedom had attempted to return Holly's copyrighted material to her via the copyright system, and as a result, Google was forced to sever ties with the network at risk of being held in contempt of the court.
Freedom Family LLC, which Google has terminated because of actions in this case. He was trying to get Holly's copyrighted material to her. Google said, you have, you're putting us in danger of being held in contempt, which I think is unlikely, and they cut him off completely. It's a business he valued about $120 million. It no longer exists.
Suddenly, the pieces start to come together. It is very likely that either Brian or Holly, or Brian disguised as Holly, reached out to the Freedom Network to get his own videos claimed. When Google realized that this would interfere with the court case, they cut them off. The Freedom business, therefore, is ruined. A business valued at an estimated $120 million down the fucking drain. And so, Freedom becomes the most recent victim in Brian's long history of deceptive practices, while simultaneously jeopardizing the contracts of all of their clients. Even in debt, he somehow finds a way to screw other people over.
Yeah, but you want to know what I have over the advantage of him being broke? I have money. I didn't get sued. Scumbag.
It's very likely that Brian will attempt to take down this video in the following days or weeks. The fact that part 1 is still up is sort of an anomaly considering Brian's history. I really didn't think that it would still be online even weeks after its release. In the past, he's been extremely effective with privacy complaints. I'm thankful that part 1 has managed to stay up for now. I'm sure he's having lots of sleepless nights over it. If this is how he responded to a high school kid making videos about him, then I can't imagine what a video with a few 100,000 views, which also serves as a comprehensive history of his life, will do to his fragile ego. Whether or not anything else will happen to Brian Martin in the next few years is unknown. He was recently found in contempt of the court on 3 separate counts, so I wouldn't be surprised if his legal troubles only get worse from here.
So, look, I'm not a lawyer, keep in mind. They're talking about the State Department. My guess, and take this with a grain of salt, my guess is, because Futuristichub now apparently took off to England, the State Department would have to be involved for, I don't know, either getting him or getting that stuff transferred.
But sadly, this may not have a super happy ending anytime soon. As mentioned before, Brian is currently evading the consequences of the lawsuit by living in England, refusing to come to the United States and pay for what he did with the video games channel. It is inconclusive for now whether or not he will give any money to the plaintiffs, as he seems to be doing everything in his power not to. At least I can take solace in the fact that if there were any doubts that he was the insane pathological liar that he was shown to be in Part 1, those doubts would now be shed away. I went into this knowing he would probably do something stupid. I absolutely never expected him to incriminate himself by threatening to dox me. I would say on that note that my job here is done. Thanks for watching. I've been Turkey Tom, and until next time, leave me alone.
Wow, that was slightly interesting. So what have we found out? We found that a crackhead, despite getting sued several times, decided not to grow up and take the sues like a man. He decided for the last and final time he would get the fuck out of Dodge and move to Britain. What does that say? It says that he's a pussy. And that he continues to make mistakes and doesn't own up to them. Why am I saying this and why am I not scared? Because I'm in the same country as this fuckwit? Because what's this guy gonna do? Come to my house? Doesn't even know where I fucking live. You see, there are a couple of videos showing where my house is, but you gotta be one determined motherfucker. Although he is, but I'm not really scared. I'll just be waiting to open the door to smack his head open with something. I don't know. But anyway, this has been CEO Crossbow Demon, Futuristichub, and anything associated with them are crackheads. His brother looks like Johnny Depp's evil twin. He looks like a crackhead. His ex that he dated during 2010 looks like a hoe. And his wife Holly is some sort of aneurystic fuck. I am going to go and post this video now, laughing if Brian actually does comment on this video, because knowing him, his ego is so fucking fragile. I'm going to go and talk to my mates because I have friends, and I'll see you in the next one.